Ah, yes, and in the words of the great Keith Jackson, when I used to watch the Rose Bowl, it is the granddaddy of them all, folks. We are live at the Reserve on YouTube. I'm Dominic, also with my partner, the Victory Cigar and Poker, Vic.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, we are going to be bringing in a huge live stream tonight. These players are going to be playing down to the final 1% of our 1 million guaranteed prize pool. Vic's going to update you with all the total numbers and all the fixings that you need, all the information. And buckle up, get ready. It's going to be a fun one, Vic.
It sure is. And you are here with us as we make history here in the state of Ohio. This is now the largest poker tournament in the state of Ohio in its history. And we talked all these last few weeks about where we thought the total prize pool would be. We made some, we took a stab at it. But little did we know that the total prize pool was going to be $1,819,000. First place, when this is done tomorrow, will be $270,000. Right now, we are down to 46 players, and the blinds are 40,000, 80,000, and 40,000.
And Pre picking up pocket nines, Vic.
Yeah.
With a big raise, first hand.
First hand of our live stream. This is a feature table. We will be playing this all the way down until we get 17 players. Mad River currently doing the exact same thing. They're playing down, however, to 15 players. Those 32 players come here tomorrow for our day 3. And we will, of course, be live streaming that. That tournament starts at 2 p.m.
And we will be going live right away.
Right away, we'll be going live.
And if players, we will have, to the viewers actually, should I say, we will be having the updated player count at the top right screen shortly. But right now, I was there. You're seeing the players move on in. We just broke a table. We are at exactly, at this moment, 45 players on this live stream, Vic.
Yes.
You're going to be seeing multiple players come in. And by the way, seat 4 is from Lansing, Michigan. Mr. Skates. Coming in from Lansing, Michigan. He's been playing poker for 20 years. So good luck to him.
Yes, sir. On the shelf over there.
Alex now letting it go. Pre picked up the first hand, 6-5 offsuit. Says no. Over the Rudy with the Doyle. We've seen Rudy on our live stream recently on our cash games. Very dangerous player. That's going to let it go to now over the Rube. Ace-9 on the button. Vic, would you say this is a time, if it's folded around to you and you hold any ace on the button, you got to get a little greed? Try to take it down? Small blind folds from Nick.
Welcome to the table.
And it looks like we have an all-in moment here from Satoshi. 1.1 million with ace deuce.
Satoshi coming here from Columbus, Ohio.
And he lets it go, Satoshi. With his aggression making the best hand fold, Vic. And yeah, actually, Vic, give us some information about Satoshi. Where's he from again?
He's from Columbus, Ohio. Been playing this game for 9 years, he says.
Well, Satoshi, may the force be with you.
I believe we've seen him in previous big tournaments before. I don't believe this is his first time, but we saw so many first-timers over the last 3 weeks. And between the two clubs, we had 3,639 entrants. Wow. Today we started with 166 for our day 2 here in Toledo. Playing down to 17 players. They'll advance to tomorrow's day 3. And I saw a question about the live stream pausing and rewinding. Our software, we've elected that we don't do that. After we are done with the live stream tonight, you go back and rewatch it, and then you have the power to rewind, pause, go back, go forward. But during the live stream here at the reserve, we don't have that option. So good question. That question is asked from time to time, and I appreciate you asking that question.
King, queen suited now for Rudy. And the price of admission is going up. $205.
Sorry, guys. What they say. Trying to mute it, and then we got Pretty Ricky over there.
That was a different beat. Rob now with Jack 4 suited. He's going to let it go. Rudy's going to take down the blinds and Annie's. 160 just for getting a walk with your raise.
And Rudy is from Michigan. He plays a lot up in the Detroit area. We actually saw Rudy here for the very first time last week during a feature table live stream, and also then he came in to play the 5-5-10. And he has now become a big fan of the reserve after his very first time here just about a week ago.
I'm a big fan of him early on. Really good first impression. True gentleman.
Yeah.
Likes action too, so anytime you're on the live stream and you provide a lot of action, I'm always a fan of that. So good luck to Rudy. Also, just tuning in, got to give a shout out to our former co-host Tim Yeager.
Tim
in the
Yeager.
house.
Yeah, Tim Yeager's in the house.
Yep, my quarterback. And then we got Cheeseburger, Anthony Holt, Anastasia's on here, DFG on the message board.
Yep.
Mr. Booth, my mom from Mexico, giving out some love early.
Michael J., my buddy down in Tennessee.
Yeah, Marty Ball's in the house. Too.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, Buddha's father's in the house, too, from Jacksonville, Florida. So appreciate all you guys on this historical tournament. Like Vic said earlier, over $1.8 million in the prize pool, smashing the guarantee with Mad River down in Dayton. Want to spend a little bit of just a moment here and just say how much it has been an honor combining forces with Mad River, putting on this event, and can't wait to see everyone from Mad River tomorrow as we combine forces, forming Captain Planet, making the world a better place.
All right, here we go. On the button, Satoshi now. Anthony Holt informed us that Satoshi is a bracelet winner.
Oh, and he's going to move all in right now for $1.3 million. Vic Nolan initially raised the $200K. King, queen of clubs.
That 1.4.
Average chip stack right now is about 1.9 million. Blinds at 40, 80, and 40.
Vic, I won't be surprised if we go down from 40 to 30 pretty fast, and then it's going to level out a little bit.
I believe so.
Jack 9, I fold. Jack 9.
Could you seriously have one for $500 for $500,000?
Big decision here for Nolan. 1.1 million the call.
But I had Jack 9, I fold. I couldn't.
And Brian, we are playing down to 17 players here tonight. Mad River's playing down to 15 players.
By chance the players get 60 or sticky, I'm sorry, as my partner likes to say. 15 levels max today though.
Correct.
If it was suited, I would have called for Nick.
Pay out on 16.
Gotta pay out on 16.
We have 3 tables in the live stream room going on right now. You might be hearing some other action in the background. And we have characters, by the way, Vic.
Oh, boy.
Big decision here from Nolan. He's taking his time, and he makes the call.
Wow. Satoshi's tournament life at stake here.
What a classic horse race we got going on right here, Vic. King, queen suited for his pocket tens. As close of a coin flip as you can get, 52-48. And here we go, folks. It didn't take long. 2.7 million up for grabs in the flop. 5 right in the window. Followed with a king and a 7. Nolan hits a king. Needs to sweat one more card. And it holds. Satoshi eliminated.
Satoshi, I believe, will go to the cage to collect $2,600. We'll get these payouts broken down for you as we move along. They are posted on our screen here in the main room.
And I'm
And
sure
I
on
know
our
Tyler's going to give us a shot of that main room here shortly. As we mentioned, now that was, I believe he's taking either 45th or 45th place. First place, $270,000. Second place, $167,150. Third place, $105,000. And there it is. There's the main room. We are down to 4 tables. We have 5 tables. We have 3 in that live stream room and 2 out here in the main room. We started the morning with 18 tables.
And I do know, Vic, I think that one of those tables will be with the feature table, the last 2 tables, so we can have a camera shot on both tables. So if you're watching your friend and they're not on the feature table, we'll be able to get live look-ins at both tables when they're playing down to the final cut.
Anthony Halt, that is not on top of the 1,000, so that we paid out 1,000 to everybody that bagged for day 2. The payout that they're receiving today is minus that 1,000. That's how we publish that going into this tournament. Rudy now picking up King Queen clubs. Blinds at 40, 80, and 40. He is going to call that. I'm sorry, he's going to raise it up to 200,000.
Nolan now looking at King Queen offsuit this time. Let's go. After Rudy made it 200K, thinking, you know what? I danced with it once, 2 times in a row. I might be pushing my luck.
And Alex just folded his small blind, and he is basically down to 2 big blinds here.
180.
And he lets it go. He's going to take down a pot. Like I said, Vic, it's amazing. 160K you could take if you pick your aggression at the right times. Pre-flop play is going to be a huge factor as we get down to the big money.
I knew you had overs. I'm gambling. Fuck it, let's go.
I always like to prepare for that because it looks awkward.
And Joshua Bene tuning in. It's a $600 buy-in, Josh. 270K for first place.
The whole show, he's the whole show, right?
And to everyone just tuning in, we have gone over the prize structure a few times. We don't want to repeat it throughout the whole live stream, so we will go through it once again. And also, when we go on break, Tyler will have our camera on the payout structure that's scrolling on our food breaks. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. But yeah, the top 3 spots are all over $100,000. Josh, hope all is well in Trenton, Michigan. Rob Davis now on the button with ace-3 suited in clubs, and he's going to bump it up. 180.
Yeah, on the river, a deuce.
Like I said, we got some poker characters. You can hear the other tables in the room, folks. We got some animated players. It's been a fun weekend. Rudy's going to make the call now. We're going heads up action. 490 in the middle. Ace-3 versus Queen 10. 10 right in the window, followed with a 3 and a 4. Rob does get a pair of 3s, backdoor clubs, and Rudy leads out. Rob with the smooth call. Now this pot is up to 840K. And what a card for Rob as he turns the ace-high flush draw with a gut shot to the wheel. And on the river, we have a 5 Rob runner for the wheel with 1.4 million. All in Rob putting Rudy to the test. Let's see if we can get away from it. Rudy was in the lead the whole way after the flop.
Oh no. Can you hear the commentator? Or there's that guy.
And he lays it down, and there's a nice pot there for Rob. Question was, what was the buy-in for this tournament? It was a $600 buy-in. Go through the payouts real quickly from first through 10th. $270,000 for first, $167,000 for second, $105,000 for third, $75,000 for fourth, fifth place $55,000, sixth place $44,000, seventh place $36,000, eighth place $30,000, ninth place $25,000, and 10th place $20,000.
So if you get in the top 10, you're at least turning $600 in the 20K or more, anywhere from 20K to 270,000, over $250,000. Life is good to be a poker player in this situation.
Tony Paco, I believe there were 10 players from the Turbo last night.
13.
13 players. Good question.
Yeah, our Turbo generated 13 entries in the day 2. Definitely a success. I was really impressed with the results.
Dude, it's so funny. I haven't seen the new one yet.
I gotta turn it off in the middle, finish laughing, and then turn it back on. Otherwise, I miss half the fun.
I watched the first.
That is the power of the Buddha in the background.
Season 5.
Buddha actually has a very healthy chip stack for those who tune in often.
And didn't leave my house, so I watched them all. I just did one.
Cheyenne, that's correct. 45th place was $2,600.
Well, and I like Seinfeld. It's just rated R Seinfeld, how I look at it.
The funniest episode.
Is that where we're at right now? You popping my big blind there?
And you know, we're picking up some of the conversations going on in the other two tables here in this room. Not just what we've got going here. And then there it is up on the right-hand top, right-hand part of your screen. We are down to 39 players.
Oh, yeah.
He's gotta go in the girls' bathroom because the boys' bathroom is full.
We started this live stream with 46 players left.
There's a man in the girls' bathroom and he's got something hard in his pocket.
You can hear Buddha in the background. Brian, I talked to Sky at the dinner break, which was just before they came back to this level. I believe he was around 2 million in chips.
Yeah, and Sky just took down what, a top 3 finish in our deep stack tournament, our summer series, correct?
Right.
So we've seen him make deep runs before, and he's got over 2 million. Very dangerous player, the cerebral assassin.
Jason, there were a total of, between the two clubs, there were 3,639 entries. Here at the reserve, we had 1,833. Mad River had 1,806. We are playing down tonight here to 17 players. Mad River is in the throes of their day 2, and they are playing down to 15. Tomorrow we start day 3, and
all in moment here, Vic.
Here goes Alex. Yep, just down to 2 big blinds here, or a little bit better, 2.5 big blinds. Jack 9 of hearts.
Oh, and look at Matt Archer waiting in the wing with a pair of 10s. In the small blind.
Took a bunch of my purples.
Oh, okay.
And he might reshove here.
Yes, and he does.
Yep, he's going to isolate.
Matt's got 1.2 right now. Average chip stack is around 2 million.
Matt Rube's going to look down. I don't think he likes the price tag of it now, but, ace-7.
Yeah, would be a third of his stack. And he's going to lay that down. And so now here is Alex's tournament life at stake. Jack 9 of hearts against pocket 10s.
And we're going to have $500,000 in the pot. And it just shows you, Vic, even if you're low stack right now, if Alex gets a little run good, 500K, one more double up to $1 million, and then, you know, you go from there.
Good luck, sir.
No, I can't do anything to take. There ain't nothing there.
And here we go. Tournament life at stake. We have a 3-3-4 board.
Oh, and a
Another
jack.
4 needs a jack and a jack alone. And it stays clean. For Matt, Alex, by the way, was from Toledo, Ohio. He's been playing poker for 20 years. He wants to give a shout out to Aces and Eights Poker Club and his girlfriend, Angela.
There you go.
Well, Alex,
If I don't raise that,
heck of a run.
I promise you,
39th place out of 1,832 players. I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, Rob Davis took a big pot earlier, and he's from Ottawa, Ohio, and he's been playing for about 20 years. He's a very accomplished poker player. He's played on our 5-10 No Limit live streams, our big tournaments. He's done it all. Very also capable of taking this thing down.
3 of the great chips from me.
Yeah, Guppy, I'm not sure where Buddha is at right now. You're right. Just as we came back from the dinner break starting this level, Buddha was at 1.2 million. I don't know where he stands right now. You can see there's Sky that we were just talking about in seat 4.
There's Pat and Jules.
And Jules is there. Pat.
You come. You know what you're
The Prodigy in seat 1,
blue chip gives you come.
table 8.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Arguably the youngest player in this tournament, and arguably the most dangerous.
Mark Paul, the starting stack is 50,000 from in the buy-in. Actually, it's 40,000. There was a $10 option for 10,000 in chips, but all of these averages are based on starting stacks of 50,000, or your entry stack, if I should say, of 50,000 in chips. Total chips in play right now, 86,661,000.
165 raise.
Between the two clubs, right around 165 million in chips. I encourage you to go to thereservepoker.com. That's our website. We have the graphics there on the details of how we did our day ones between here and Mad River, the timing of all that. All of this began on February 1st. Dominic and I just cannot believe that we're finally here.
The main event.
It's been so exciting. And it just seems like yesterday we announced that we were doing a $1 million prize pool guarantee tournament and had no idea that this prize pool would get to 1.8 million, becoming now the largest poker tournament ever in the state of Ohio.
Breaking records, taking names, a lot of pride, a lot of sweat, a lot of hard work. Shout out to the owners of both clubs putting this together.
And getting very little sleep, so we are closed on Tuesday. Just I'll touch on that again in a minute. But
Matt Archer,
Matt
getting a
Archer
rush.
in the cutoff.
Just knocked out a low stack with pocket 10s. Now gets ace queen.
It's going to make the bet 200,000. The purple chips are 5,000. The yellow are 25. The black chips are 100,000, and he's going to take that down. Now, Matt and I got to talk about the Chicago Bears.
Oh boy.
On the break. He's from Indiana, but he's been a Bears fan since he was a kid.
That was a love fest, I bet.
Oh, absolutely.
Who's his favorite Bear?
Oh, Walter Payton. He says that's how he kind of became a Bears fan in the early 80s. Growing up as a kid in Indiana, really not too far from Chicago. A lot of Bears fans in Indiana. A lot of poker players in Indiana.
Even though I'm a diehard Lions fan, Vic, I was, Dick Butkus, Walter Payton were before my time. I'd have to say, I'll go with Urlacher.
Yeah,
I was an Urlacher guy.
I bet.
Oh, and looks like we got Jules coming to the feature table.
All right. I know she's got a fan base out there. Jules coming into seat 1. Jules definitely someone that's going to look really familiar to those of you watching our live stream. She's played in the ladies' cash game. She's been on the feature and even final table or feature table of several tournaments. And she always comes bearing gifts, bag of candy, cookies, whatever that is.
I'm excited to see Jules make a deep run in here. Good luck to her. We're down to 35 players left in this tournament with that table breaking. So there was some action in the last 2 minutes. Or 36 players, should I say. Nolan now picking up ace-king offsuit.
And he's raising that up to 600,000. As I mentioned, the black chip is 100. The that other chip that he's got out there, it helped me with the color because I'm not. Wait, we got a Jules. Or we got Rudy here now with ace jack. This could be a big hand.
Yeah, big
needs
hand
350,000 to call.
Both players have stacks to play with.
And Rudy's taking a look here.
See if he can go with his inner chi.
Oh, okay.
A lot of great questions out here in the chat, and I'll get to those questions. Want to stay focused on the poker play right now.
By the way, you heard a player at the other table say good fold. Anytime a player folds to another player pre-flop, when do you ever see the player say bad fold? I'm just saying. It's always a good fold when they're taking your money.
So that 3-bet pays off here for Nolan, and he's going to take that pot down, and he does show it. And Nolan is from Byron Center, Michigan. Been playing poker now for 15 years. So those of you just joined, we are the Reserve in Toledo, Ohio. This is a joint venture between ourselves and Mad River down in Dayton, Ohio. There was a question, what was it like working with them? It's been a joy. We're going to have some of those folks here tomorrow. Actually, we're going to have Joey here in the booth with Dom and I. We'll be trading off so that we can make this a true joint venture. $1 million prize pool guarantee, $600 entry fee. Total of 3,639 entries. We began this on February 1st. Right now, we are down to 37 players. We are playing it all the way down to 17 tonight. Mad River playing down to 15. Then tomorrow, those 32 players come here, and we start day 3 at 2 p.m., and we'll be live streaming here right from the beginning, so right around 2:30. Feature table culminating in a final table. We also have tomorrow President's Day, 25K in a day. That's a $200 buy-in. That starts at noon here at the Reserve.
Matt Archer now looking down at Queen 10 offsuit. He's going to bump it up to 200K.
You know, I had Queen 5 there. I should have gambled. I might have. Wait, did Dynasty come out? I had Queen 5 times. Good to go.
Yeah, I haven't seen a player just try to limp in, and limping is pretty much an endangered species right now with the blinds this big.
Prime example how many times
Kevin now with pocket 5s. Smooth calls. We're going to get a flop here. Heads up action.
Kevin will be first to act with the pocket 5s. Here comes the flop.
And it's a king, ace, deuce board. Archer flopping the gut shot the Broadway. Probably a C-bet in order here. And a quick fold.
Yeah, Anastasia starts tomorrow at noon. That starts, it's a $200 buy-in.
I just didn't want you to send me to the parking lot. You think so?
And those are, we start with a 40,000 starting stack, 25-minute levels tomorrow. late entry until the start of level 9.
And there's our table in the outer room.
And we are seated 9-handed at our tables.
Clock!
There's somebody having some fun, but the clock is chiming, which means the blinds are going up. Next hand.
Price of poker.
Price of poker going up.
Get after it.
Rob now just needs 80,000 to call, but he's going to raise it up from the button with King 10. Kevin now in the small blind. Their stacks are very similar. King, Queen of clubs. And that sounds like a re-raise. And he's going to make it 620,000. Big move by this young man, and he's going to take it down.
Hello.
Yeah, that's a nice little pot there.
Just him.
None of them are little these days, though, are they, Dominic?
I mean, when the blind's getting this way, Vic, you could even,
You got it, buddy.
in one orbit, if you even take down 2 blind levels, you're adding almost a fifth of your stack
Yes.
Time warrants it.
for a lot of these players.
The other question was about the min payout. So every one of the 166 players that we started with today had received a $1,000 bag payment when they bagged. We did have 19 multi-bags. A multi-bag meant that you on your second or third bag you received an addition. You received $3,000. Min payout this morning.
Oh, pocket aces alert.
Yeah, let's go back to the action. But 1,550 was the 166th place this morning.
Oh, and a call from Nolan with
Oh.
ace queen.
Boy,
Oh boy. If we see a queen high board here, this could be trouble for Nolan, or obviously an ace. Big hand alert, folks.
Yeah,
600K in the middle.
Rudy in the big blind, Jack 8 of hearts, probably going to let this go. Oh, no, he just needs 100 to complete. The blind's now at 50, 150, and he does complete, so this is going to get...
700K already in the middle before even 3 cards get out there, Vic.
Yes, Mr. Josh Black at the helm, and here comes the flop.
And a couple of 4s with the king, rainbow board. A lot of times when you have aces, you are loving this, but no player hits the king.
So it didn't matter for that hand, but like if they showed about the fold like late. I was gonna get hyper aggressive. Like I was gonna open no matter what, whether or not I got, but I could,
200K.
225,000 is the bet.
Julie, you need a clock over here.
Put on your big boy pants and do it yourself.
Can you call a clock from another table? That's legit,
Takes a
right?
half
You can call
an
a
hour,
clock
I
from
mean.
the other table, right?
So I was talking with a few players at
And the
break.
aces hold up. Yeah, go ahead, Dom.
I am not sure, and I'm not going to give a name even if I did. But apparently multiple players came up to me, and there was a certain player out there that likes to take his time.
Correct.
And pretty much they were having the call clock on him, even pre-flop. You know, and as poker players, we run into that type of player every so often. You know, I can't defend it, but they're out there, Vic.
Yes, they are.
And apparently he's moved into the live stream room at an outer table. Nolan now with ace-jack suited.
Ace Jack of Spades raising it up now.
Good value, Butch.
230,000 blinds, 5,150.
Oh, you opened it. Oh, yeah.
The only place you can say I played wrong is my roll.
Rudy in the small blind.
Ace 7 offsuit.
No, I can't just flat.
Oh, I just can't flat, and then he folds. Kind of like a triple D. Gordon Bombay.
Nolan hitting a little bit of a run here. Duke, I'm not sure about that. Dominic and I did our best to peruse the field before we came in to start doing the live stream.
Yeah, I think Antonio got eliminated. But yeah, we have 3 tables in the live stream room and 1 out there where the camera's focused on. So,
and I believe
able to get a
I
look.
don't believe Maria is still in.
No, it's not spectacular until they're lined up perfect. And now, if you get both of them that way, right?
Julie's going to fold. Rob picking up a suited ace here.
If you can get them lined up the long way, that's even better. That's
It's hard to think.
just trying to challenge you to do better with it. You know, elevate your game.
Rob now, kind of a position raise here, as I see it. Ace 8 of spades. He's going to make it 225,000.
Pretty thinking things over. King Queen offsuit. And he's going to say, I'm going to pick a better spot. Out over the Rudy with ace 9 on the button.
And Rudy right at that average chip stack size. Right now it's 2.4 million. 86,661,000 in play. Down to 36 players. We are playing down to 17 tonight.
By the way, our dealer Nikki in the house on the message board giving us some intel. Thank you, Nikki.
Thanks,
She's got a
Nikki.
little scouting report. on Who's
Excellent.
in, who's out.
Thank you.
Heads up action here.
Heads
Ace 8
up.
versus ace 9. And we have a 4, 7, 6 rainbow board.
Rudy just barely in the lead here with his 9. And they're going to go check, check. And here comes a free card on the turn.
3 of diamonds. Rob behind does have a gut shot.
10-year-old daughter texted me, will you get us pizza? And do you want a pizza? Yes. Extra.
They're for 225.
225,000 is the bet. Rainbow board here. Rob lays it down. And Rudy, nice bet there, takes the pot down.
A much needed pot for Rudy, too. He wants to sustain where he's at right now. He's going for first place. He's a big cash game player. He wants the big one.
Hey, Movies, thank you for that intel. We appreciate everybody coming onto the chat board, particularly if you've got someone here you're rooting for, somebody you know. Again, we have seen so many faces. You got to believe that 3,639 entries, 1,833 of those coming here to the reserve. There were lots and lots of people that Dom and I have never met before. And so if you're watching this live stream because there's a friend, family member, a cousin or a neighbor playing, and you've got some intel, something nice to say particularly, we'd love to hear it.
Mal's Movies is one of your favorite human beings in the world. It's Jamal.
Hey, Jamal!
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jamal. He is one of my favorite human
I told you.
beings. I miss Jamal.
Jamal, I got hooked up with that white Motor City poker hat from Mr. D yesterday that you wear. I was rocking it yesterday, by the way. So we were twinning in different areas.
200, huh?
Folds around the table now. As Kevin raises it up to 200K, Nick's going to look down at an ace-8 offsuit, and he's going to come along and defend what is his, the big blind and the ante. Little Braveheart. On a king-deuce-10 board, open-ended straight draw for Kevin. Ace-high for Nick, still in the lead with the made hand. Going with the finish outcome, it's pretty much a coin flip.
$140,000, and Nick is going to come along.
Where you going? Nowhere.
And
Now Nick turning the ace-high flush draw, Vic.
Yes.
Also, Kevin picking up the jack-high flush draw in his hand. He might be thinking that's good if he hits.
I'm not opposed to sharing. That's what we're talking about.
Check, check. Free card. Oh! Wow. What a huge river card for Nick, as Kevin also has the jack of clubs in his hand. 780K in the middle.
I might actually believe that in Ohio. What is it, goofed up state? I ain't from here.
450. I love this bet sizing.
Everybody in MGM, they open the channel, they watch it.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is about just under a third of Nick's remaining stack.
Yeah.
Spike that
No,
nine.
but everybody in the phone.
Come on.
They cannot put it in the TV because then they don't
Just go low. Just go low.
Also, they don't want to.
One more low. Come on. Ah! Boom! That's a big one. That's a big one.
Boy, there's a big one being played out at the other table there,
I got 2 down, guys.
as you can hear.
Nine's holding on.
There's a little intensity in the room,
Battle with
folks.
those nines.
Little intensity. A lot of money at stake.
I'm
And
not playing today.
a lot of passionate. Kevin needs almost a third. No, not quite a third, but anyway, he's going to lay that down. And
Nice
I
fold by
believe,
Kevin.
Cheyenne, are you saying that Nick has a big fan club out there? If so, big shout out to Nick's fan club, who's just taken down a nice pot.
I'm the manager, they want
It's adrenaline rush. I fucking love it, dude. I love it.
By the way, Nick is from Cleveland, Ohio.
I love this shit.
He's played for 20 years, and he wanted to give a shout out to his dad, 2 brothers, and friends.
Yes, so he does have a fan club out there.
Take more out.
We still have 2 tables in the live stream room and 1 table out here in the main room as we start to break down the tables.
And a couple healthy stacks at that table,
Come on,
Vic. You
it's
see
my
that?
time, Nick. I'm telling you. You can come along for the ride.
Keep knocking them down.
Okay.
I need something to do tomorrow. Keep knocking them
Just
down.
you and me. You call. You know what? I don't know what to do. I was almost going to hold it with that man, but I'm going to at least dip one. Check.
Oh, we got Tarantula Nick in the house.
Oh,
I can't push all in, you might call. And just get there somehow.
I'm nervous over there now.
Good luck, man.
You gotta be intimidated.
Huh? Okay.
Nick now looking at a king 4 in the small blind.
Battle of the blinds. Let's see what happens here.
you know what? I think he got it.
Looks like a raise up to 250K.
You know what? I got the right. You got the blue.
Some discussion here about
I'm just
Nick saying that he did announce the raise, but it's a little noisy there in the room. So he's just clarifying because there were other chips in his hand. Here at the Reserve Poker Club, we do observe the bet line.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait a minute. I forgot about that. Now, tell them I want more. This gentleman heard.
I heard them all.
That's 300.
200, 250, 250.
I will say this: I dealt to Nick often, and he normally verbalizes. He doesn't just say raise and put out a bet. He normally verbalizes the exact amount on what he's betting.
So the floor was called, and it was determined that the bet needed to be 250. Nolan makes that call, and now we're going to a flop heads-up battle of the blinds.
I did not even know I had cards.
Jack, 5, 6, couple of clubs.
Nick ahead by virtue of his king. He's going to continuation bet here to 200,000. Nolan,
Viewership up, bring him on over.
not a believer yet unless he's going to make a stab at this, and he does. He raises this up to 550,000, putting the pressure on. Nolan at least 2.5 times the average chip stack, and he's going to add to that. So, Battle of the Blinds, what a battle it was.
By the way, Vic, we missed Matt earlier, especially when he had those pocket tens hold.
Yes.
In seat 6, Matt Archer is from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and he's been playing poker for 20 years. I want to give him a shout out because we always try to wait till a player wins a hand. Either that or if they get eliminated and they did not win a hand yet, but at least give him a shout out for making the feature table. So Matt, sorry that we missed you earlier.
Well,
representing Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I was going to shout out anyway because he's a Bears fan, or at least I did. So I didn't.
Oh.
I wasn't going to wait till he won a hand. I was going to just talk about the Bears, but
I forgot.
That's not why we're here. We're here for poker. $1 million prize pool guarantee wound up being a total prize pool of $1,819,500, and
Yes.
now Kevin, King Queen of Hearts, blinds at 51 and
Big
50,
handler.
and he's going to raise it up to 200,000 right into Rudy now with Ace King.
Probably not an ace, right? A deuce of clubs, probably, right? Yeah, a deuce of clubs.
Interested to see how Rudy plays this one, Vic. Because he mixes it up. There's times he shoves. There's sometimes he just might 2.5 X's.
Definitely deuce of clubs.
I saw it.
And it looks like, yeah, he did a 2.5 X raise here.
No, sir, I did not throw any
And,
cards.
oh, Rube, behind
Wow.
with pocket queens.
My goodness. Call your friends, call your neighbors, call your cousins. We got a big hand brewing right here. 3-bet from Rudy to 500,000.
No, sir, I didn't show any cards. I promise. That's against the rules. It was not goddamn clubs.
And he just laid that down. Wow.
Really, the queen's staying out of harm's way.
And that 3-bet's going to hold up for Rudy with the Ace-King offsuit.
Well,
And he's improving his chip stack.
well, obviously, if you lay down queens there, you're either putting them on aces, kings, or ace-king, and you think you got a 1 out of 3 shot at being alive.
Get to that point. They knew it. There's some that knew it was coming. They prepared.
Duke, you ask a very good question. We are just trying to get through this one. It's the biggest poker tournament for the Reserve and for Mad River, now the biggest tournament in the state of Ohio's history. So whether we'll have a repeat of this, I gotta believe so. You've got the owners of these two clubs have great appetites for this game and want to continue to do bigger and better things all the time. So stay tuned.
I want to do it twice a year. I'm just being greedy. I'll go out and say it. Every 6 months.
Bob Whitaker Sky is still at a table in the main room. To the best of our knowledge. Again, this live stream is on a 15-minute delay. And now Jules, she's going to push all in just below the average chip stack with King 9. She's in the small blind, nobody, and she's going to take that down. I like that play, Dominic.
9's hole.
You know Jules can be aggressive, Vic, on the poker table.
Yeah, you tell
There's a little sample of it.
No. I think, you know what, one of them both, I think ace, king, king, 10.
Okay,
I
so
do think they,
kind of like, hey.
go low. I mean, you got a 50% chance, is how I look at it. Going low or going high.
Yeah.
Bob Enright, Mr. Bob Enright in the house. Always a pleasure, buddy.
I saw Bob this weekend playing some good cards.
That's the late night motto. Go low. Drop the standards.
Do you eat the pizza?
What's that?
Do you eat the pizza?
A little bit, yeah, a couple pieces. The place that delivered that, actually, I know my buddy and his wife own it.
That wasn't Marco's.
No, it's a place called Pizza Roma.
Nolan now in the cutoff. He's going to let that go.
We used to work
Oh, and
together a
Rob
long time ago, and then they opened up
in the
their
big blind with ace queen. Looks like
Oh, whoa. Wow. Look at this coming our way. Battle of the blinds. Ace queen of diamonds now with Rob. He's going to raise this up. And Kevin in the big blind looking down at ace queen offsuit.
That was so nice.
yeah, blind versus blind.
Absolutely, yeah, there'll be more food tomorrow.
Kevin might shove just to try to take it down right now, and that'll put Rob in an awkward spot.
Yes.
They make us look like VIP.
That's good. All in?
Call. Wow.
Oh, yeah, most likely a chop pot though. But you never know.
You never
It is-
know.
We are live at the reserve, Vic, and we've seen some
Hopes is gonna happen.
strange outcomes at
Some
times.
hopes is gonna happen.
The live stream.
3.6 million
Craziness going on.
in the pot, and an ace right in the window, followed with a 3 and a 10, couple of hearts.
Nobody with hearts. So
Yes.
this is going to be a chop pot.
Yeah, choppy.
Played them terrible. How do you play them like that? Yeah, I was in the blind too. I was. They were both in the blind.
Nah, actually,
That guy's theory.
I took one of his hours. Takeout first.
My first time here. Not here.
We continue to get a number of new viewers here tonight, so I'll just review that this is the Reserve Poker Club in Toledo, Ohio. This is our $1 million prize pool guarantee that wound up between Mad River and ourselves with 3,639 entries, giving the prize pool, total prize pool at $1.8 million. That's going to make our first place $270,000. We started today, day 2 here in Toledo with 166 players. We are playing down to 17. Currently, we're down to 34. Mad River, right at this moment, in their day 2, and they're playing down to 15 players. Those 15 and our 17 will join up here tomorrow at 2 p.m. for day 3.
Jules now looking down at king 10. Let's go. Rob gets out of the way. Kevin does the same. As Matt mixes it up with a 9-8, bumped up to 225. Here's Pre with ace 10.
Tall black dude with the dice, and his name is missing. Do you have his number? Because he's got Mandy's number, and I told Mandy, I said, I'm bringing that little fucking trophy. I was razzing. I'm bringing that shit.
And looks like he's going to make the call. Heads up action, 550 in the middle. Going to the flop.
She was razzing on me for getting in that little bullshit.
And a jack right at the window, Vic, followed with a 7 and a 4, a couple of hearts. Got a gut shot straight draw for Matt Archer. Ace high, still in the lead for Pre.
$250,000 is the bet. Almost half the pot size of the pot. Wants to see where he's at here.
I got aces, you and all, and he got like, nothing. I came all this way, 2 hours. They just played all call. It's crazy. Because I saved myself 15. If you win, settle it, get 15.
And he lets go. Mr. Archer taking down another pot who's been on a tear since we started this live stream at this featured table. There's the updated chip counts
And Tony, that number up on the right-hand corner, that is the reserves total number of players, 1,832 since we started this on February 1st, and we were down to 34. So that's what that little graphic is up on the right-hand corner. This is a feature table, and there's players you may or may not recognize.
Shuffleboard player, so he plays shuffleboard, so he knows. Yeah, well.
By the way, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. We always love to get new faces and viewership in here. We have live streams on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Smash that like button and also hit that little bell.
Have fun here at the.
That can give you alerts when we go on air on YouTube.
I feel bad for the people watching the live.
Yeah, we're horrible entertainment.
This is our biggest tournament to date on this channel, Vic, and it's an exciting time. I've been jacked up on Mountain Dew. I listened to the Rocky IV soundtrack getting ready for work today.
Hey, that was worth the damn. When Jack 2 one time was 9.
Hearts on Fire was being played in my household.
Oh, good luck. Now, everybody is going. I want everybody to win.
It's this way the game, I feel. It is.
What is
Not
it
as
again?
flashy as it
I'm
is.
assuming none of you shot before then.
And Pre's going to take down Big Blind and Annie's. Get a little aggressive with King High. I like it. Folds all around into the small blind. Take action in your own hands, Vic.
From a lovely established.
JF in the house.
From Montreal.
And quoting Rocky IV.
Is he still on vacation?
He's probably down there having a Mai Tai in warm weather on vacation still,
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Probably getting ready for WrestleMania. 'Tis the season. Big wrestling fan.
If you are not aware of our $1 million prize pool guarantee between ourselves and Mad River, one of the facts about this tournament is that we are 9-handed throughout the tournament, throughout all of the day ones and the day two. As we start to lose players, we will continue to balance the tables 9-handed. Now in the cutoff, Kevin, 2 million with the average chip stack at about 2.6 or 2.7 million. He's going to raise it up to 200,000 with Ace King. And Pre has a cheering section out there on the button. Ace 2 offsuit. He's looking at just 12 big blinds right now, and he's going to let that go. Rudy, 5-4 clubs. Just above the average chip stack. Coming down here from Detroit, Michigan area to play.
Kevin, the initial raiser with Ace King. Rudy looking down at 5-4 suited. And he's going to make the call, Vic.
I heard your conversation earlier, so I can imagine what it might be.
That's going to look down and see one that he likes and one he doesn't like. Yep, that was quick.
All right, so here comes a flop. Heads up, Ace King versus 5-4 clubs. Here it comes.
And look at that. Big hand alert, folks. Rudy flops the flush with 5-4. Kevin with the ace high flush draw.
Wow.
Good luck all in. Oh my. I folded 6-8. I had 6-8, I swear to God. I folded 6-8.
Rudy's going to bet 375,000.
Yeah, it was.
He knows it's my favorite hand too. And he played it suited.
Question is here,
If I can
Root.
still get there.
Kevin now with 2 million behind him. There's already $1 million in the pot. Does he smooth call or goes all in?
That's all.
It looks like he pushed all in. Snap call.
I folded 8-6.
4.5 million in the pot.
I swear to God, I folded 8-6. That is pretty sick.
You can see the 2 of clubs went in the muck from another player having it. Kevin's drawn the 5 outs.
5 outs here for Kevin. And this is Kevin's tournament life here at stake.
Okay, I was
One fucking outer, I think, maybe. I had one of them, and then one of them, 2 out. 2 out.
Dollar Bill in the house. Thanks for the love, Dollar Bill. Message board's been going off today. Appreciate you guys tuning in, being a part of the show. And we got a big hand here. Our biggest hand so far, Vic.
Yes.
$4.5 million in the pot.
You got an iPhone?
Rudy's going to hope that his flush holds. Kevin's going to hope for another club. And a 5 does nothing. A spades. And
Wow.
a 4. And Rudy up to 5.4 million in chips. Hits a big one. And another one down, Vic.
Yes.
And Kevin, great run though, brother. Made it in the top 35. Great accomplishment out of the 1832 that played at the reserve. Made it through another field. I mean, don't forget, Mad River has just about the same amount. Pretty close to it. And so a field of just mounds and mounds of players grinding through the day one, getting the day two, making it this deep in the day two. We're cut. What's the cutoff? 17 players, Vic?
17 players we're playing down to here in Toledo. 15 players are playing down to in Dayton at Mad River tomorrow. Those 32 players will be here in Toledo for day 3, starting at 2 p.m. And now Jules is going to raise this up. He's going to make a 3x bet. Queen 9 of clubs. And Rudy now picks up a hand with the ace queen.
The heater is real, folks.
And he's in position. He's now up over 5 million.
Saved it.
Is he going to become the Terminator? I'll be back.
Well,
he's just going to smooth call, looks like, Vic. Unless I'm missing something.
no, he smooth calls that.
He's got position right here on the button, too. I think he likes where he's at the moment. See a flop.
Yeah, heads up here.
800K in the middle. Rudy's still stacking chips from the previous hand in a 10 deuce queen board.
Continuation bet here from Jules of 500,000.
Let's see if Rudy's going to budge.
Rudy now becomes our chip leader here at this particular table. This is a feature table.
Hey man, is there a reason you're taking every hand?
Yeah.
I'm asking my real man.
Yeah. Can we get a call?
Oh, I think that's my first walk of the entire.
I can't do it. I want to break my rib.
Run
the line.
Jules put about a third of her remaining stack in the play with this bet.
I can think about it for a minute, can I?
Huh?
I'm thinking for a second.
He did that earlier.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I couldn't hear nothing. I just let you know it's not you.
Yeah, now I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing. So
Oh.
you take all the time in the world. Hey, you could fall asleep. I don't care. I don't call
Got
clock.
chips out there. Stacks to the ceiling.
I didn't think that was against the
That
rules.
has,
Hey, can we do something the same guys taking every hand through flopping and folding?
Yes, sir.
You gotta do it. Agreed. We need to play the speed. Did that earlier.
You got blocks of plays.
If you do it continuously.
That's available.
Big hand.
45 minutes.
Big hand.
I didn't know. Now I got you doing a roll again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I love the
that's,
button.
guy that did it earlier. Short stack. He's sitting there arguing about.
Just doing it constantly. I told him.
And that's a discussion in the room. There is that player that is taking pretty much every hand. That is an etiquette thing. Also, you know, the floor has to, looks like he's getting taken out of the room and being talked to right now. Hopefully they straighten it out.
It's just how I play.
I bet you didn't play like that.
Hey, I'm okay with it. Which one? Get knocked out while you're doing that bullshit.
Yeah, I just do it.
I have
But
chips
two
that
things
is
about
not.
it. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not.
if you take,
not really
if
a
you
factor
take,
for
you
me
take
right now.
45 seconds every
Not like I
hand.
have 30,000 chips.
That is not what I want.
Jules with king, queen suited bumps it up to 250K.
It seems like a long time, but it's
I'd say it's one of those.
I mean, he's killing the.
Now Rube with ace 10 suited and diamonds.
People that are short, that's.
I know. Brian,
Now,
Fun Brian.
there is
I don't know
another
his last
reason for
name.
doing that.
Patton, is
It's
it
trying
Brian?
to go up and pay.
Yeah.
Well, that
He
turned
said
into
he
a
played
personal
too,
thing, you know?
all day, and he was doing it all
He was
day.
having fun.
He did it earlier because he was arguing about something and giving the clock's running.
Because you're allowed to
Yeah.
have so much time doesn't mean you have the right to use it.
This guy was using
Now Rube
When you don't have your hand,
Yeah, when there's a
looks
big
like he's
hand,
going to re-raise here
different, but
if I put in a cash game.
up to 550. Nick getting out of the way. Back to Jules now with King Queen.
Something, then I call five. The second thing, everybody's time. Every hand for the last hour. Now that you need your time.
Hey, out on,
you'll get it.
And we have a 5 king 5 flop. Jules out flopping ace 10. 1.3 million in the middle. Rube first to act. Looks like he's going to c-bet this.
I don't look at the payout.
And Jules moves all in. Quick fold from Rube, and Jules is going to pick up 950K, close to $1 million. Add to her stack. She's going to be up to 3.3. That sends a message.
He's just trying to move up the ladder.
and it's not even that. But if you're doing that at this point, it's only $200, $500, $500. It's gonna make or break you, man. Why? Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody?
You didn't put the poison in here, did you?
Not 8 o'clock. Come on now.
It was bad when I saw your hand.
Matt now looking at 6 high. Now Rube with ace 8 on the button. Nick behind him with king 10.
I had 700 more. That's why I don't think I will. You already committed 950. Maybe.
Another 175K to call. Gets a discount price. In the small blind, he comes along for the ride. Nolan getting out of the way with just 6 deuce offsuit. Heads up action, 600K in the middle.
I've done it every single time, oh.
And there's a 10-4 queen board. Nick hits mid pair, checks it over to the initial raiser. Check back. Now a 7 of spades comes. That doesn't change anything.
No, you can't be on it at all in the room. See, he's on his phone, he doesn't even know he can't be on it.
And Nick picking up a nice pot there. And to his stack.
They said the phones had to go up there if we were at this table.
Okay, if I had a red challenge flag in my pocket, I would drop it on the table. I want to
If you didn't want to be on it, it's the same thing. I'll tell you.
It's now.
Clock.
I don't make the rules, I just try and follow.
3 out, 1 will fall. I like the thing.
I don't know you either, sir, and I don't take it personal. It's okay. It's okay.
Rob now with ace queen offsuit.
225.
$2.2 to start the hand.
I wish I
that's the power of his phone. See?
Yeah, you wanna look at your hand when you
Yeah. He saw your hand, and that's why he raised it. It wasn't for that phone.
I'm holding Jack Juice no matter who raises what, so there you go. I'll give that
That's
deep
why I
deep dark
put my
secret
earpiece, they
away.
like them and tell
There's the other outer table. Get an update there. Blinds are going up in 3 seconds.
Or what do they get, those x-ray glasses nowadays?
40-minute blind levels.
Yeah.
It looks like 75, 150, Vic.
Yeah, we had that question about the 34th place, and that was $3,000. We'll start scrolling the payouts when we get to the top 10 down there, although we are playing down to 17 players. Try to keep you posted on that as best we can. I can tell you that 29th place, there's a break there. It starts at $4,500.
Oh, yeah, the blind just went up.
Pretty good day in the office, Vic. Playing poker for 2 days.
Yeah.
Buying for 600. Walk away with 4,500. Jules with 4s. Lets it go. Nick raised it up to 250. His Jack 9. And yeah, Gresham pays off there for Nick. Nice hand. In the cutoff.
Two pairs to write down. I had ace-5 clubs. You can have me in that shit. I ain't going out like that. I had ace-5 clubs.
Rudy now. Getting out of the way. King 9 for Matt. Been really impressed with him so far, Vic. Playing some solid poker. Rube getting out of the way. Nick folds Jack 3 over the Nolan with pocket 6s. 375 to go. Dirty diaper for Rob. Says no. And no one's going to take those down. Standard procedure right there.
That quick enough, sir? Hey, sweet pea.
You are allowed to walk. I'm not even looked yet. Be respectable. Be a nice gesture. Just say it.
It is a nice gesture when you let a walk happen.
Yes, you know, particularly you don't necessarily see it. Probably didn't see many walks here on day 2. They happen.
Jules now looking at ace 7 in the cutoff.
I have a diamond drawn. I'm going to fold.
And she's going to let it go. Now Rob with the suited queen on the button folds around to him. And all in from Pre. Rudy's going to look down and see a suited ace. Blind versus blind. Looks like 965K. And he's going to make the call. And we got an all-in situation. 2 million in the middle, Vic. Pre trying to stay alive. Hoping for a king or a 4 or a 4-card straight. Rudy has him on clubs. And we got a deuce, 3, queen board, couple of clubs. Both players with monster draws, ace high versus king high, flush draw, and the pair of 3s is going to hold for Rudy. Pre, nice run. And Rudy, again, Vic, now above 6 million in chips, just rolling in the last 20 minutes.
The number up at the top right hand corner, not completely up to date, but that's going to be, I believe, $4,000 there for free. He was each one of these players that bagged collected $1,000. So the price payout that you see, as you see the screen in the background scrolling, that has the next payouts. The payout is actually $1,000 that they're collecting right now is $1,000 less than that. That's as we advertise that we will pay $1,000 when you bag, and it will be part of your total payout. And yep, Shane, it's. This is the third level we've had so far coming back from the break. Fourth level. Did we lose track? All right, I lost track. Anyway, looks like a break coming up in about 30 minutes.
I honestly God thought he had cards, so I wasn't going to want to do a raise. Sorry.
Let's see.
Matt now with the suited queen. He's going to see a flop. Blind versus blind, being polite to each other. Sharing is carrying, and we're going to share this flop with a 7-5 jack board. Rudy hitting bottom pair.
Rudy just continues to run well here. He does hit a piece of this. He's going to bet and get a quick fold there from Matt, and another pot for Rudy. And he gets the button. And he continues to run very well here. And this featured table of our $1 million prize pool guarantee joint venture between the Reserve Poker Club and Mad River down in Dayton, Ohio. We started the day with 166 players for our day 2. We're playing down to 17 players. Mad River playing down to 15. Those 32 players come here to Toledo tomorrow to play our day 3 starting at 2 p.m. First place will be taking down $270,000. Second place, $167,000. Third place, $105,000. Fourth place, $75,000. Now back to the action here. Card reader didn't pick it up here for Rudy. And whatever it was, he didn't like it. Let it go. We had a mystery hand. And now we're back to the battle of the blinds again here.
He had the power. He had the power to put on one call. 6 o'clock.
Oh, you're talking about that?
Yeah.
That one, the big game.
He was leaving a small blind.
So he raised, correct?
Yeah.
I just called.
Yeah.
Matt Archer in a small blind.
Small blind.
Raises it up and takes it down.
Same thing happening now in Florida. I popped a straight flush, full time jack. Yeah, 8-10 queen, but I get queen 10 and river 10. That's when I took that champion. Wow. Yeah, final table.
Yeah, I played the younger kid at a table earlier. He pushed a lot, or raised a lot light.
Nolan under the gun now. He's up over $5 million. He's going to lay that down. Jules.
Oh, Cowboys for Rob. Rudy with pocket 9s.
Raising it up now. 300,000.
Got a whole stack, wait.
Big hand alert, folks,
Yeah.
right here.
Huh?
Rudy's got him about 4-1 in chips right now.
Until we back. But I would like
He's
one
in the
thing.
cutoff.
I
He's
would
got
like
3 players
to
behind him.
grab something once.
And he's going to make the call.
He is going to make the call. Not much there for Matt Archer on the button.
Already $875K in the middle. Nick looking down at ace-7 offsuit in the big.
And we're going to go heads up here.
Hey, giddy up.
Danielson in the box. Here it comes. Here comes the flop.
And a 9 right in the window.
Wow.
9, 7, 10. Rudy on a heater right now.
What a heater it is. And Rudy's going to make a bet, and then Rob's going to go all
snap
in.
Call.
Snap call here from Rudy.
3.8 million in the middle. Rob's going to need some help here.
He's going to need some help. He's got just 2 outs.
Yeah, he either needs a king or runner straight. Queen Jack. Wow, what a pot we are seeing. Rudy is just on fire in the last 30 minutes. 3.8 million in chips in the middle. And Rudy is just, man, call him the Terminator right now.
Daniel's son doing a great job. Gets this pot right. Gives us this view.
Let's see if these kings can maybe turn it around or if Rudy can hold and add to his stack. 2 dangerous poker players going at it. And an 8 on the turn. Some outs for a chop. And a chop pot!
Oh, my goodness.
A chop pot for both players.
Wow.
Fast enough for you, though?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, well, I just want to make sure it's in the time limit, that's all.
Wow. What did we just see?
You're gonna get him now. Come on.
We just saw unadulterated poker at its best. This is the way this game goes. It's not over until the river comes out. And
it's amazing how momentum, you know, Rudy's got all the chips, but that has to feel almost like a loss right there.
Yeah.
And then Rob, thinking he's going to get up, ended up making at least, you know, half of the blinds and antes, gained some chips when he saw his kings get busted by his set. He's got to be feeling like $1 million. The highs and the lows of poker. Woo. There it is.
Remember,
That one got my heart beat. A wave of emotions. Just a huge tidal wave.
Hard to register one box.
could have been worse, man. Could have been River King. That's fine. I'll take it.
Alright, so let me ask you, you probably do it too. You guys-
Now Rob picks up ace queen right after his kings.
Wow, just getting a rush of cards now for Rob himself.
I forgot this, I was looking at this, I'm like, this, what is this, 100,000, then just only 500,000, that ain't maybe half. I know, that's what I'm saying, I didn't.
He's going to smooth call here.
Play a little disguise.
Under
Matt
the
now?
gun. Matt Archer now. Going to raise it up to 300,000.
Yeah, he wants to thin the herd. Get the dead money out.
Big black stack wanted to do over there. You just black stack, yeah, trouble with your spot. I thought it was.
Nolan with the nemesis.
In the big blind. He needs 175 to complete. He's going to let that go. Back over to Rob now.
Then use some respect on that one.
And Rob is going to just said, he's just, I'm going to show you some respect. Rob not liking that position that he's in.
You did?
And lays that down.
Don't respect him next time.
I won't. I'm not holding these for you.
I thought my not throwing out the right amount of chips was a sign. I thought I was betting 275.
That's your reading.
Wowzers.
I wish I wouldn't have showed him. I should have made up some elaborate lie. Make you watch it on
Sir,
the
I'm gonna
stream.
pick that up for you. Is that okay? Thank you. Just so nobody steps on it.
Clock.
I gotta pay out. You gotta what?
Call it out.
You gotta pay out on,
I had ace queen, he had ace deuce. Ace deuce is the deuce.
I think I just heard, oh, you can see Pat. Table 17 over there.
I just didn't want nobody to step on it.
Going out somewhere in the high 20s or low 30s.
29 players left.
Here's the nemesis for Matt, raising it up to 275.
Yeah.
Jules is going to make the call here with 6-3 of diamonds, and we're going to see a flop.
3-6 Mafia in the house.
He's not respecting anything I throw out there.
Suited.
That's all right.
Here comes the flop.
We got a 7 Queen 5 board gut shot for Jules. King high for Matt.
300.
Matt's going to keep the pressure on. He's going to bet 300,000. And there's a quick fold from Jules. So Matt helps his situation without a doubt.
And Jules not getting enough to make her feel comfortable. Wanted to wait and pick a different spot.
Too many damn rules.
I'm gonna have a cookie.
There's plenty.
All I wanted a cookie.
You can have it. Go yourself.
We ain't got time for that.
2 players away from breaking the table, going down to our final 3 tables.
No, you can't have no damn cookie.
Hey, I've been yelled at for all of them. That's why I know.
Just messing with you. I got it.
And you saw our security guard holding justice, busting a player trying to eat a cookie in the playing area. No food.
Got to follow the rules.
Even if it has M&Ms, that is no excuse. Cookies in the food area, not at the table.
Rudy under the gun now is going to use his chip stack and raise it up to 325,000 with ace-8 of diamonds. Right behind him is Matt Archer with a couple of hearts, ace-4. Nothing for Rube, and nothing for Rube for quite a while. Nor Nick. Nolan gets out of the way. Jules folds, and that aggression pays off here for Rudy as he continues to run well here on this feature table.
And as Rudy brings in that pot, Vic, Neil has one of the cheesiest jokes on the message board year, claiming that Rudy was a walk-on at Notre Dame. I can't make this up.
Yeah, there's only one table.
I hope Neil has some wine with that cheese when he said that joke. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Neil.
Jeff Wilkie.
There's the
on the
payouts, by the
chat.
way.
Jeff Wilkie on the chat board saying he just got knocked out. Great job for Jeff. I happen to know Jeff that he got to this day 2 and to the top 30 players here out of 1,833 by way of satellite. He won 3 satellites and he won a drawing.
Oh, wow.
And that's how he got into winning. And he was a double bagger. He double bagged.
Wow. Oh, so he got 3,000 also.
Yeah, he got
Well,
1,000
shout out
and
to
then
Jeff.
3,000. And Jeff, always a pleasure. Can't wait to see you at the next one, Jeff. Thank you so much.
Nice run, though. Getting 4,000 before you even come in today. Through satellites? That's max value right there, Vic.
He won 3. He qualified in 3 satellites as well as won a drawing.
Yeah, $20.
And that's how he got into his day 2s or day 1s, and then made it to day 2. He double bagged into coming into day 2, and now just making it into the top 30.
Nice job, Jeff.
Yeah. And we always want to get back to the poker action here, but I'm not done talking about our good friend Jeff Wilkie.
I ain't playing nothing but aces, kings, queens.
Rudy now, small blind, 10-9 offsuit, and pocket nines right behind
Oh.
him.
Just in my big line.
And given that Rudy
Say 2, but yeah, so.
has the chip lead here, you know he's going to try to do something with this, not knowing that he's betting right into pocket nines.
I like this play most of the time if you get
Most
most
of the
around in the
time.
small blind. But yeah, right
Yep.
now he's waking up against a huge hand, pocket nines in the big blind. We're at
Gonna raise-
28 players.
Raise it up to 325,000.
6 on the river, say,
200,000 for Matt to call, but I think Matt's going to do more than just call here.
Right.
clutch card to hit.
625. Raise 625.
I don't think you understand what it is.
So a 3-bet here to 625.
Didn't even think about it.
300,000.
Didn't even think about it.
And he's going to make the call, and now we've got a pot here pre-flop between two players. Over 1 million. Young Patrick getting that pot right and bringing us the flop, and here it is.
And wow, what a flop for Rudy.
Oh,
Out flopping
wow.
pocket nines. 8, 10, 4, couple of hearts. And if you got nines with Matt, majority of the time you're not sad about this flop.
Yeah.
Maybe put him on 2 overs. And I heard all in at one of the outer tables, so action's going on everywhere here.
Everywhere. Right now the bet is 500,000 over to Rudy. Flop and top pair.
And another all-in.
Raise all in here from Rudy, putting the pressure on Matt.
Just go low.
Wheel.
No, just go low. Got 8 or down,
I'm not
9
gonna try to
enough.
sweat the 4 big blind pot. I'll save my run. I won't mind winning it, but I'll save my run. That's a good card.
You went low.
Jeff, you asked a good question. I'll get to that in a minute.
And you almost got there. Good hand, sir.
Matt taking a look at
assessing the situation right now, seeing how much he has behind. Looks like we're breaking a table.
one of these tables is being broken, and he's going to lay that down. And let's see if Rudy decides to show. He's not much of a guy that shows cards very often.
Hey, you're playing for $270,000 for first place.
Yeah.
Pay the C. Or watch the live stream the next day.
So just to review the numbers real quickly, 1,833 players here, entries at the reserve, 1,806 at Mad River. We had 19 multi-bag, and Mad River had 25 multi-bags. Each time you multi-bagged, you got $3,000, and look who's coming in to seat 4.
Oh, Buddha.
Crowd favorite.
Rocking the Nemesis hoodie. The one and only live stream hoodie. Got to give a shout out to Buddha for rocking that. And speaking of the Nemesis, King Jack for Nolan.
I'm worried about bagging about 8 mil.
And he's going to raise this up. He's been a little quiet here, but now he's raising this up to $300,000, and Buddha just sat down.
Isn't it fitting he's got the Nemesis hoodie on, and he's shoving on the Nemesis, and he's got it crushed right now.
And Rudy looking down at Motown, lets that go. Matt Archer, King 10 offsuit in the small blind. Oh man, this is going to this could get
Big hand
hot.
alert. We can see fireworks here.
Yeah, Rube in the big blind with ace queen offsuit.
Zach, you know how much?
Buddha's all in for 690.
6.420.
Okay, Brian. Okay, man.
And he's going to let it go.
Yes. Back over now to Nolan. And here we go. Buddha's tournament life here at stake.
It doesn't matter in this whole scenario.
No.
The king doesn't matter in this scenario.
She was just laughing.
Oh my God.
The Nemesis versus Ace King.
Aren't you wearing the hoodie?
Oh my God.
Oh, and the Jack hits.
Oh my goodness.
He has a. Oh my goodness!
my
And the Nemesis
goodness.
spikes a 3-outer on Buddha, and that's his run.
Wow.
Sits down, gets it in good. The Nemesis wins.
And Buddha heading to the cage to collect $4,500, basically $3,500 after his $1,000 bag. And that'll be it for Buddha tonight.
Caleb, I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, buddy, but the Nemesis is here to stay, my friend.
Yep, good run, Buddha. You consider 1,833 players. You made it into the top 30. Our prize pool, which was guaranteed at $1 million, is now $1.8 million. First place was guaranteed at $200,000. Will be $270,000. We're playing down to 17 players here tonight. 15 players being played down to them Dayton and Mad River. Those 32 players coming here tomorrow for day 3 starting at 2 p.m. We will be live streaming at around 2:15, 2:30, and we will be here, Dom and I, and Joey from Mad River.
Oh, Zach's sitting down at the table with a nice stack.
Zach, local boy, has run well, run deep in some of our bigger tournaments.
He took one down.
And he did take one down, that's right.
This year.
Matt Archer, King Jack as well. Blinds at 75, 125 and 75. He raises it to 325.
With the nemesis.
And Nick is going to make this call here, so we're going to see a flop. Young Patrick putting it out, 8-6 versus King Jack.
And we have a ace-10 king board. Matt flopping mid-pair with a gut shot.
Going to go check, and here's a free card on the turn. Nick now has a gut shot. And if this ace is slowing him down, he's in jeopardy of giving Nick another free card. But he bets it and going to take the pot down. He's going to profit $250,000 added to his stack.
Yeah, see where you're at if you get called. Still got plenty of outs if someone has an ace. Majority of the time, though, you're ahead there by the way it played out. Someone has to have a true monster on that flop to just slow play it. It's popping up everywhere now.
It keeps going around.
Zach folds, Rudy.
Rudy just went on one heck of a run now, up close to 8 million.
He is on a heater.
Starting to cool there just a little bit, card-wise.
And his cooldown was a chop. You know?
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, in all, obviously when you flop a set, you want it to hold, but still didn't lose chips. It's better than, you know, a king happening down the river after he got his money in with the set on the flop.
Nick in the small blind, ace-4 offsuit's going to go all in. And a quick lay down there from Nolan. So he takes down the blinds and gets the button as well. I want to thank everybody for joining us. This is the Reserve Poker Club in Toledo, Ohio. This is our day 2 here in Toledo, playing down to 17, 15 in Dayton tomorrow. Be sure to join us right around 2:30 as we start day 3 and see who's going to take the crown down. $270,000 for first place.
Zach now, King Deuce gets out of the way. Rudy looking down at sevens.
We are down to 3 tables for tonight's day 2 here in Toledo. Blinds at 75, 125, 75, and Rudy's going to raise this up. 400,000. %20 of his stack to call, but he lays it down. Nick quickly lays down that ace-3. Now back over to Jules. And it looks like she's going to have to give up her big blind. Not something she likes to do.
Oh, no one does.
No, I know, but I think, you know, Jules is one of those players that likes to defend that big blind.
Yeah, we were winding down. 26 players left. Getting close, Vic.
Yes. And now it's gotten probably a little loud there in the main room.
There's the energy.
There's the energy. Seat 4.
I believe his name's Chad.
Chad.
Really
and
nice
then,
guy.
Garrett is over there in seat 9. He started the day our chip leader, over 2 million. Still hanging in there in the top 30, almost the top 25.
Now Rube looking down at ace-9 offsuit.
Raise. 265.
Jules 3-6 Mafia. Suited. She liked playing this hand earlier. Stays away this time. And Rob's going to have an easy decision.
That's a double down.
Monster. Did you have any feet?
It was one card.
6 deuce.
One card. You got your people with one
I
card.
almost put him on 6.
And right now, the average chip stack here in Toledo, 3.3 million.
Rudy looking down at 6-4, first act. It's amazing how this tournament goes in waves. You know, we saw a couple all-ins about
Yes.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
All in here, multiple tables all
Right.
in. You get a few moments where it's pretty standard. Here's Nolan with King 10 in the cutoff, bumping up to 300K, putting the pressure on the blinds.
Jules and Rob get out of the way. Now back over to Zach.
Ooh, wakes up with a nice hand. Ace
Yes.
Queen offsuit in the big.
In the big. Similar chip stacks here between the two players. Raises it up.
850.
The new bet is 850. Nolan, hailing from Byron Center, Michigan.
And he lets it go.
Nice play there by Zach.
Man, he's going to pick up a nice profit from that hand.
And he's creeping up to become our chip leader. And Big Mike standing up. Oh, no, that's not an all-in. I thought he had an all-in. But there is an all-in at that table.
Yeah, he stretches his legs.
And that'll be it for Derek.
Oh, is that Garrett?
I mean, Garrett.
Deep
And,
run.
It's very deep run, Garrett. Garrett's a very familiar face here on our live stream cash games. Typically here Tuesday nights for our 5-5-10. This Tuesday, the Reserve Poker Club will be closed. We need a little bit of break from this 3 weeks of hard work. So there will not be a live stream this Tuesday night.
Yeah, nice run by Garrett. One of the
No, I'm saying in between you guys.
nicest guys that plays on the live stream. Great character person.
I didn't realize it was 10 hands.
Heck of a card player.
Made for
That's the whole table.
Jules now with Queen 10.
We're down to 2.
She lets it go. Rob not in love with his ace rag. Now Rudy in the big blind looking at King 9 suited and clubs. Gets to come in at a discount if he chooses to do so.
Somebody's girls getting
Hailing at 7.8 million.
He's doing his pelvic thrust poker game.
And he's got to make the call. And we are going to go heads up here.
750K in the middle, and we have a 373 board.
Documentary about Shaq. He's talking about
Normally a flop you like when you have pocket sixes. If you're not going to hit a set,
he did that one night. He tore a muscle in his abdomen. He said, "So I didn't do that no more." Checks around third.
check, check. And now a full house for Nick. Let's see if Rudy tries to play big stack poker, but he's going to stay disciplined here against Nick. Nick's going to trap. Hopefully he can get a card on the river to get paid off on.
Check.
And there's a king. That's a great card for Nick. Rudy, though, playing pot control, not taking the bait right now. He's probably going to instant call that, but he lost the minimal. Yeah.
525,000.
And Nick's going to profit just under $1 million in an $1,800 pot there. Huge for his stack, as now he's up to $3.2 million.
He's right about at that average poker, that average chip stack here. There are 86,661 chips in play.
Actually, Jeff G put a nice stat out, and I did witness this. Zach only had 6K in chips last night at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
On day one. And now he's here with a huge mound. Major player in this field. Try to take this down for first place, 270K.
I was going to say, let's go. Raise. 265.
Twenty-fifth place, taking down 4,500. Rudy in the small blind now, 6-2 of hearts. There was a raise under the gun from Rube to 265.
Which will be 0, I would assume. It's going to seriously do something. Fuck up the way my stack is.
No, every time the seven go back, he raised with 6 deuce every time, I swear. All night long, this guy's been raising with 6 deuce.
Yeah.
He waits around for
From
an
under the
hour
gun.
every.
From under the gun.
That's probably what he's doing. It's on stream, so you're gonna be caught. He only raises about once an hour when he has 6 of deuce. I got him figured out.
Here at the Reserve Poker Club, Toledo, Ohio. Affectionately referred to as our Millie, $1 million prize pool guarantee.
1 million.
Prize pool wound up being 1.8 million. Total of 33,639 entries between the two clubs. There were 19 multi-bags in Toledo, 25 multi-bag players at Mad River.
Looks like Zach's going to bump this up to 250 with 10-9 suited. Rube looking down at ace-queen.
Rube now is below average chip stack, and he's going to go ahead and push all in. Kind of thought I saw a grimace there from Zach. And he is going to lay that down.
Yeah, Rube's going to pick up about 300K in profit there.
Probably be the last time before break, guys.
Yeah, Jerry. Thank you. And that is the chip count here for this feature table. We are now down to 3 tables, playing down to 17. When we get to 18 players, we will be going hand for hand, I believe, at 9 players at each table.
Oh, look at Nolan's got a mystery hand. Didn't get his hand in the box soon enough. But Jules with the Cowboys.
Jules raising this up now to 525 with the Kings.
Quick fold with 9s, and now over the Rudy with Jacks.
And that bell means that we are on a break.
See how quick Rob
up. Going to be a 10-minute break.
Just snap
this
those
hand,
9s.
Yeah, this hand not over yet. Rudy taking a look at the stack there in front of Jules. See that she's right at about 2 million.
And I heard it all in from the outer table.
The other table.
Who's thinking about this one? He's just going to make a call.
And this is going to be heads-up action. Last hand before the break. Kings versus Jack. Here comes the flop.
And we got a 7, 5, 10, couple of hearts. Jules all in.
All
Rudy's
in, and
gonna
a
call.
snap call there from Rudy.
Yeah, that was a great flop for Jules to get paid off on. 10 high board against Jacks. And
Double up plus opportunity here for Jules if her Kings can hold. Right now, a Jack and a Jack only, but we'll see if the turn improves things here for Rudy. He doesn't want to see another heart because his heart draw would not be as good as Jules.
Well, here we go. 5.1 million, and there's the 3 of hearts. And it holds. Jules is up to 5.1 million right before the break.
Big hand here for Jules.
Yeah. What can you say? She's got to be feeling good going into that. Looks like we're going to be doing a little bit of coloring up. Get a chance to stretch our legs.
Yes, this is a 10-minute break, ladies and gentlemen. We will be coming back to the action here at the Reserve Poker Club. The $1 million prize pool guarantee becoming now
There's the payouts right there, starting at 1.
Right there. There's the, take a quick look at the payouts there. But this is has now become the biggest poker tournament here in the state of Ohio, and you are watching history. Please don't go anywhere. As you can see, we just got 7 minutes, and Dominic and I are going to stretch our legs as well. We'll be back very soon. Have no fear, ladies and gentlemen. Just an issue with that screen. We'll be back in the action quite shortly here after the players come back from their 10-minute break. Want to thank everybody for joining us here at the Reserve in Toledo, Ohio. Our joint venture with Mad River Poker Club down in Dayton, Ohio. $1 million prize pool guarantee, exceeding expectations by almost 100%. $1.8 million in the total prize pool. First place, $270,000. Tonight, this is our feature table for our day 2. We'll be playing down to 17 players. Mad River playing down to 15 as we speak. Those 32 players come back tomorrow for our day 3 starting at 2 p.m. Also tomorrow, starting at noon, $25,000 prize pool guarantee, $200 buy-in. That is our President's Day tournament here at the Reserve. And then we will be closed Tuesday. And there will be no live stream Tuesday night. Hey, Buck, thank you very much for giving us that information. Dayton down to 24. We are down to 25.
Right on course, eh?
Right on course.
Rocking and rolling. Ready to go. Just a few minutes away from return to the action. 7 players left, Vic. You can only imagine what's going on through each and everybody's mind right now. You're just that close. All you want to do is get yourself a seat on Monday and just have an opportunity to play for $270,000 for first place. A lot on the line right now.
Yeah, Jeff Mackey, as I mentioned, 17 players here from Toledo, 15 players from Mad River. 32 players will begin day 3 tomorrow here in Toledo at 2 p.m.
And we'll be starting right at the kickoff, correct, Vic?
Right at the kickoff. It's a 15-minute delay, so you can expect us to be starting at about 2:15, 2:20 here on our YouTube, Reserve Poker Club.
Also, if you want to be in the atmosphere for it, we're going to have a $25K guarantee $200 buy-in starting at noon tomorrow for President's Day. Doors open at 11 a.m., so feel free to come down at the Reserve. I expect us to go way over that guarantee. I know from Mad River there's a bus full of players and staff that are not working.
Right.
And they're going to be participating in that, just being here to see who is going to be the crowning champ.
Right.
For the $1 million guaranteed prize pool. It's going to be a fun time with 2 poker rooms combining forces. having some good times, playing some poker.
DFG is asking who's going to play in the 25K tomorrow. And I take that to mean that he will be here.
I would
playing.
hope so.
Yeah, hope so. Only $200.
Yeah, and the payout should be going up on that screen again, guys. And we'll answer the payout questions, but I will admit it seems like every 5 to 10 minutes a new player comes on the message board and they ask what the payouts are. So we don't want to sound too redundant for every single person that is watching the live stream. But it is $270 for first place, and all the top 3 make over $100,000. Even 10th place makes $20,000. So if you're in the top 10, you minimally make $20K. For a $600 buy-in. That's what we call max value. Great prize pool is a $1 million guarantee. There's over $1.8 million in the prize pool. Just a fantastic turnout. We're excited. Like I said, these players are getting close to starting up.
Yeah, Chris, your question, they're identical, the payouts, as DFG had mentioned, between ourselves and Mad River. Anybody taking 25th there, taking down $4,500, just like 25th place here.
I wonder what Neil's face is looking like after he asked that question.
No, Neil didn't ask that.
Oh, no, he just did. No, I'm talking about the question that he just asked. How big is his smirk? Always appreciate you guys being active on the message board and being along the ride with us. Also, just take your time if you're new to this channel. Please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Also, that like button, that goes a long way. Gets us in the algorithm on YouTube. Gets us some random traffic, new eyes. Also, that alert button. Especially when we have these big tournament series, sometimes with business needs, the time might alter a little bit. And usually it's because we're a little bit busier than planned. And when you get that bell, you can get the alert sent to your phone where you get a little reminder when we're going on air. We also have shows where I'm with Vic every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for cash games. We got a 5-5-10 no limit game on Tuesdays. We got a couple of 1-3 no limit games on Thursdays and Saturdays. And those shows typically start at 6:30. We're on a 15-minute delay, so they start playing cards at about 6:15. We go live on air at 6:30 on those days, and those are a lot of fun, great action. Great players, too. The players really do a great job here, giving us some exciting poker to watch. There's been many players from day one when we started this live stream all the way to now, Vic. And a lot of them are out there watching, and I'd like to say thank you to all those. Oh, selfie time.
Selfie time with Johnny Chan in the background. That's where he's facing.
Yeah.
That's Scotty, of course, right there.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler knows we're getting ready to go now, and he's getting it back on the table.
Very, very close to having the players come back and join the action. And also, very exciting news for us here in Toledo. There was a great article, very extensive, in the Sunday Toledo Blade.
Yes.
And so if you have a chance, I know, to pick that up, or you can even go on the Blade and take a look at that. I thought it was very well done. And if you noticed at the on that next page in the corner, Dom, there was a small article about Neil Brinkman's wife being nominated for sainthood.
I believe that.
I think, yeah, that was right there in the Blade.
And I will actually go and put in a vote if they take late registration. And there's the outer table, as you can see. If you're watching, looking for any friends and loved ones before we go on our feature table. Also, while we're on our feature table, we do have the table in the background, depending on the camera angle, where you can see majority of the players that are in. Looks like everyone's getting ready to rock and roll. Looks like we took off the 5,000 chips, mounted everyone up with some new weaponry. And this is fun, Vic. It's about to start up. Getting ready to rip and roar. A lot on the line. You have to fade 7 more players that advance to the final day. They have a chance for $270,000.
And Victor, you ask a good question. We do not have the names of the players that are still at the tournament at this point. We are spread out between 2 facilities, and right now we have 3 tables. It's a very fluid process right now, and I can tell you that tomorrow, before we get started with those final 32 players, we will definitely have names for you for that. And Dan Weaver, we are on a 15-minute delay. So everything that you're seeing here happened 15 minutes ago. You are seeing it for the first time as Dom and I see it. But it is delayed 15 minutes. All the players are expected to put their, or required to put their phones, smartwatches, up on the shelf behind us, behind them.
And here we go. Looks like we got a raise right off the rip here. Is Matt Archer is going to raise up to $400K with King Queen. Nolan with the weak ace is going to get out of the way. First hand after break.
And the next cash is $4,500. Each player, when they bagged, received $1,000 at the time that they bagged. So tonight, if you're picking up if you're winning $4,500, $1,000 of that has already been paid to you. So they'll be going to the cage, in this case, to pick up $3,500.
Rob first to act, looking down at Jack 9 suited in spades.
And Pat, I know, Victor, Pat just went out about 25-30 minutes ago, and I'm not sure what place Linda
I think
went
it was
out.
around 27, 28, Vic.
Yeah, she made it in the top 30.
Matt looking down at a suited queen, 8 of spades. Now Nick on the button, folds around to him. Let's go. And Nolan. Looks like he's going to make a raise with the 7-4 blind versus blind action.
And Jules lays that down, so Nolan takes down the blinds there. And at this level, 75, 150, and 75. Nolan adding at least the big blind and the ante to his stack. We saw a big hand before the break between Jules and Rudy.
Rudy now looking down at a pair of 6s. Oh, and Matt right behind him with ace-king offsuit, Vic.
350.
Expecting to see a 3-bet here from Matt. There's about 2.2 million in. There's already 650 in the pot. Yep, and there's the all-in move from Matt. Rob with king, queen suited.
It don't matter, you got more than me. We got about 2.
It's like 2.1 million. Was it live or was 2.1 million total?
Big decision here for Rudy. 2.2 million the call. Total.
assessing his current chip stack here.
This is a big decision for him.
This is a very big decision. Prior to the break, he went on quite a run until he ran up against Jules's kings with his jacks. Certainly put a dent in his stack, didn't come close to crippling him. And the clock is going to be called here. The floor will be coming in when the and before we call it, get the clock going there, Rudy lays it down.
Jeez, I had a nice stack and everything. Now it gives me something to do, right?
And he lets it go. Coin flip situation. A lot of chips in play.
And if you took a break while the players were taking a break, we welcome you all back. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Reserve in Toledo, Ohio.
I do agree. I was getting ready to call it myself.
Our $1 million prize pool guarantee, almost exceeding expectations by 100%, becoming the largest tournament in the history of the state of Ohio. The largest poker tournament. We started the day with 166 players on our day 2. Mad River had 25 multi-baggers. We had 19 multi-baggers.
Looks like Rube's going to raise it up to 300K. Nice pot for Rube, picking up the blinds and antes. Get a little momentum back on his side. He's been playing pretty steady poker so far, Vic. He hasn't been making any huge splashes. Picking his moments when he's getting his chips in there. Hasn't really, I haven't seen like one time where he's had like a 20-minute span where, quote unquote, a heater.
Right.
For Rube. But he's staying afloat, waiting his time, playing patient poker. Like I said, steals a pot right there with the best hand, but didn't have to get a sweat.
On the other hand, things have been a little quiet there for Nick and Nolan on that side of the table. Average chip stack right now is about 3.5 million, and Rob
Jack 9.
Under $1 million is going to push it all in with Jack 9 of spades. Now Rudy, about a fourth of his stack in the big blind if he's going to make this call. $10-9 of clubs. And that was about an hour ago. That was a call because he was chip leader and he was on a run. And we talk from time to time about the momentum in this game shifting. And you got to wonder if Rudy is feeling that shift from where he was about an hour ago.
Couple of folds around the table. Jules now looking down at Queen Jack.
And she's now close to $5 million after that last hand before the break with her kings.
75, 150.
Looks like she's going to make this one 5 1/4.
525.
Couple of folds, no hands really to contend there. 4 deuce, 7-3. Oh, and Rudy waking up with the ladies here.
And we just talked about the momentum. It could be coming back in Rudy's direction. 450 to call. Pocket queen, small blind. Blinds at 75 and 150.
And he's going to move all in.
He's going to go all in.
Yeah, there's $825K in the pot already. Close to $1 million if he takes us down. And this will pretty much be for Jules' poker life right here. She only has him covered by about 300,000.
Got another all in. That table.
Jules makes the fold.
I'm guessing it was better than mine.
You don't say it.
I said I'm guessing it was better than mine.
And Rudy picking up close to $1 million there. Added back to his stack. Has to be feeling pretty good.
I don't need to hold a funeral for the hand I hold.
25 players remain. 17 are advancing.
So Bethany, this is a feature table. This is our day 2. There's also a day 2 going on at Mad River in Dayton. We are playing down here today to 17 players, which is 10% of the field that we started with this morning at 12 noon. I consider that morning. Nick now, ace king of diamonds. He's going to raise it up to 400,000. Little over 2x bet.
Zach looking at ace jack suited hearts. Let's go pretty easily.
Wow. Let's that go. Matt keeps picking up the king jack.
Yeah.
I think I've seen him. I think he's had it 4 times.
Oh, I mean, the timer went down. I don't know if the live stream went down.
Oh, the live stream.
You know that it did?
And Rube now with ace 8 suited in the big blind. Can come in for a discount if he chooses to do so. And he makes the fold. Nick takes it down, picks up some chips, gets a little free roll. And a small and big blind and Annie this round. Mission accomplished.
That's such a good
I don't think
one.
it was. Well, obviously I didn't play it that time because he went all the way.
And an update from Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate it.
That's how
Says
I
that
See that camera, it's in another room after the break.
Mad River
And he knows they're coming out. I'm gonna go look at it.
Mad River is down to 22 players. Thank you, Nikki.
Appreciate those updates. Getting to the nitty gritty.
Midwest Millie Day 2. Looks like we got
Rob now all in for 1.2 million going around the table. Rudy looking down at 7-6 of clubs.
And I think this is going to go through.
Yeah, he's going to pick it up. 300K going his way.
Rob continues to stay alive here. We saw him in a big hand earlier with Rudy. And he got a miracle card on the river to chop and stay alive after Rudy had him dominated after the flop with a set of 9s.
The message board is undefeated.
Usually you end up in the parking lot.
Chris, that chili was good. Thank you for your concern. I got a break next, so I didn't have to go too long.
Blinds at 75, 150, and 75. Zach with ace-9 of clubs. He's going to raise this up to 300,000. Rudy looking down at queen-7 of spades.
I like this raise from Zach. You haven't seen a lot of 3-betting. It's pretty much been folds, 2 out of 3 hands, and then maybe a shove. So a good opportunity here. Try to take this one down.
Nolan needs 150 to call, and he is going to make the call with ace-4 of diamonds. So we've got 2 players with suited aces.
With over
and
5
here comes
million.
the flop.
We got a check from Nolan on a 4-6-5 board.
Wow.
And this is an wow.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
The flush now for Zach, but Nolan probably thinks his hand's pretty good with 2 pair. The way it's been played out, leads out for 300K.
There's a smooth call from Zach.
Trapping.
Check from Nolan. Now Zach, let's see what he can get here in terms of value.
Yeah, that's what you call a damage control check right there. Trying to control the pot size. And I love this bet sizing by Zach. Almost a pot-sized bet. Trying to make it look like he has 2 overs that missed. Did not go for value. This is the type of bet that you almost... Zach put him on the exact hand that he has. How can I get a call with a 4 or 5?
Nice for Zach here. Nolan making the call.
That's some good poker right there, folks.
And wow, now Zach up over 8 million in chips.
Yeah, love the overbet there.
We've seen him take a trophy home before from the reserve, and now he's trying to see if he can make it substantially into day 3. Day 3 tomorrow starting at 2 p.m. Ryan, thanks for joining us, and thanks to everybody for joining us here at the Reserve. 8 more players to go, and then we're down to 17, and those 17 players coming back tomorrow with the 15 players from Mad River.
Threw that one away. Don't want too many times on 4th down. Yeah.
We'll be here tomorrow looking to crown a champion, $270,000 for first place. Yes, they'll be streaming. We'll be streaming tomorrow, starting at around 2:15, and we will be here from the beginning of the action of day 3
At the end of the game, I was trying not to cry too.
until we crown a champion.
Then we had to walk back to the hotel because we can't get a ride.
350K from Rube.
It was like 2 miles. It was like impossible.
And here we go, heads up action.
On an ace-7 deuce board, couple of spades. Rube still in the lead with his king-queen high.
Continuation bet after a check from Jules. And a quick fold after that continuation bet. And Rube.
Yep, that hand pretty much played itself.
Improving himself close to average chip stack right now, or right at. About 3.5 million. Jules just a little bit above that. And Omar, we can get a shot of the other table, but we don't have the ability really to watch it, neither here or in the main room. We are down to 3 tables.
Yeah, Josh Reynolds dropped 2.
And Zach now under the gun. He's going to wake up to pocket 8s. And he's going to raise it up in mid-story to 300,000.
My favorite hand in poker.
Rudy's got one of those 8s and lets it go. Queen 8.
Snowman making its appearance. Have we seen pocket 8s yet, Vic?
I don't think at this feature table we've seen pocket 8s yet. We've seen 7s, we've seen 6s, we've seen 9s. Big blind here for Rob with the 9-6 of hearts.
He's going to defend.
He's going to defend. An excellent way to put that. He wants to see if he can get a...
Oh, what an
boy.
action flop here. Gut shot, straight draw, and flush draw for Rob. Mid-set.
All in a snap call here from Zach.
That'll make a pot huge fast. 3.1 million at stake.
Rob with 9 outs. And that's not it. Rob goes to the cage. Payout of $4,500.
A great run for Rob. 25th place. And Zach adding to his chip count over $1 million that hand to profit. Looks like he's going to become another force down the stretch in a big tournament at the reserve. Looks like we're going to have a big alone here.
Hard to hate the Lions.
I go for the underdog if my team's not in it, regardless. Which it might be a while.
And we already beat the Chiefs once, so no we can do it. I know they didn't have Kelsey or Chris Jones. You see Antonio Brown tweeted during the Super Bowl? It feels like the Lions would be up 34-10 right now. Literally. That was fun. We got hope, though. Of the time he's just dead. He just has the best possible hand he can have.
325.
We got to raise up to 300K from Rube with the suited ace.
Just 150 here for Zach to complete 5-4 clubs.
We saw Rudy.
And now he
big
is,
hand.
yeah, he is close to 10 million.
Yeah, 5-4 of clubs. Brought a big hand in for Rudy earlier, and it does the same thing. Second time we've seen 5-4 of clubs call a raise pre-flop and flops a flush. Another check.
This may be the last check, but I don't see Zach getting paid off here, even if he does make a bet. 4 clubs out there. Rube didn't get this far by betting into that, I believe, into that type of board.
No. I think the only way he would have gotten paid actually is what he did. Check the river, hope that your player had what he had, and try to bluff. Play a little pot control. That way, in case you're wrong, you're not crippling yourself in the process. But I think if he would have made it even 500K, let's say 450, 400, in that range, Zach would have called. Got to make him earn it.
Nick now been kind of quiet. Not quite at an average chip stack, which is about 3.6 million. He's got Queen 10 of hearts, and he's going to raise this up now, make it 400,000.
Rudy with ace queen on the big blind. Looks like we're down to 23 players. We're getting another player moving tables, balancing it out.
And you can see Sky there, a local favorite, over on that other table.
Brian getting everything straightened.
He's making the call now. Almost 1 million in the pot. Here we go. Ace Queen versus Queen 10, and here comes the flop.
And that's an action board right there.
It sure
8,
is.
10, Jack, couple of diamonds. Mid pair with the gutter for Nick. Rudy 2 overs and a gut shot to Broadway.
And now a free card on the turn, and it's a rag.
We've seen this at time for Nick a few times. He likes to check when he's got a good hand. He sometimes sees a free card and he likes to bet the turn if he still feels comfortable. Kind of
Going to make a bet
being
here.
misleading to his opponents. It throws him off at times. Let's see if Rudy takes the bait.
Well, she's 10 now, but she was about 5, 6. Muddy puddles, I had to get a muddy puddle.
And he's going to make that call. And there's a 4 of spades on the river.
Almost 2 million in this pot here.
Yeah.
Rudy, I think, realizes the only way to take this down is to put out a big bet, but he's going to go ahead and check. And Nick is going to check that and take down this pot.
The way he played that, he got value on the turn, Vic.
Big help here for Nick. Starting to build up his chip stack. Momentum shifting a little bit back over to that side of the table when we saw very little action over there.
Did you go to the watch party for the Niners game? At Fort Boone? I was thinking about going. I was supposed to go to the game, but last minute couldn't. My uncle wasn't out there and I was supposed to go with him. That's a good seat.
Yeah, Sheila, I think probably the best way to go about that would be to go on to Mad Rivers' Facebook page, send him a quick note, ask him if they can get an update out.
Couple of folds around the table now. Jules letting her hand go. Got a new player in seat 2.
For about a week or 2. Nice hand.
Peppa.
Yeah, you're good, big time.
All right.
Ace queen, I can
Zach now's going to bet his button and raise it up to 300K.
And aggression here is going to pay off unless Matt decides to complete, and he does.
He's feeling it.
He's feeling it, so we're going to go heads up.
750K in the middle, and we're about to get 3 cards. Here they are: a deuce, jack, 7 board, a couple of spades.
And Matt actually has the best of this now with the deuce. See if we see a continuation bet here from Zach. And he's going to check it, and here comes the turn.
3 of clubs.
4 to go.
Gives Zach the lead. And Zach's going to fold.
Very nice bet there from Matt.
Yeah, bluff works. Putting the pressure on.
Button moves over to Rudy now. Yeah, Dan, that answer that was given on the chat board is correct. 32 players for tomorrow. We're down to 23. 5 more players, and we'll go to 2 tables here.
4 to go.
He's king now for Nick.
Peppa coming in, having a mystery hand, but lays it down. Back over to Matt, who just took that pat down with a nice bet. Last pot.
Now Rube looking down at Queen 9 suited and spades.
He just needs 250 to complete on the big blind. He's not going to defend it, though. He's going to let it go.
Yeah, Rube seems to be more of a player. He doesn't like calling a lot. He wants to be an initial raiser, dictate the pace. I don't blame you right now with the blinds this high.
Average chip stack here in Toledo, 3.8 million, and there's the table in the main room.
Hey, we're getting close to the nitty-gritty.
We're getting very close. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Victor, the doors will open up tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're having a tournament tomorrow at noon. President's Day, $200 buy-in, $25,000 prize pool guarantee. Zach now with ace-9, raising it up to $300,000, a 2x bet. Rudy in the cutoff, 8-7 offsuit, lets it go. Now in the button, Matt, King-10 offsuit.
Call.
And he's going to make the call. Nick with a decision to make here. Is this a tough decision?
No. I think you have to see one here. You're trying to win a big hand, go for first place, see if you flop a set.
He just needs 150 to complete, and he does, so we're going to go three-handed to the flop.
Especially with the ante in there along with your big blind on a min click. And we have a 5-king-7 board. Matt Archer flops the best of it with king-10. Continuation bet now from Zach, leading out. Trying to represent.
Call. Fold.
And just a smooth call here from Matt.
Pretty safe board.
And another king.
Interesting card with the second king that might prompt Zach to try to fire out one more.
It just might. He's reaching for chips here.
Yeah, I think if a single king was out there, he might have slowed down a little bit. But now you think it's a little bit more unlikely that he's holding one. You're only holding ace high. You're trying to get maybe a 7 or a 5 or a small pair of the fold. Maybe got called light with 4s or 8s.
And here comes a min raise here from Matt to 7. Well, not a min raise. No, he's raising it up to 700,000.
Pretty close to it though, Vic.
Pretty
You're
close.
not too far off.
Yeah, I thought I heard him call a min raise, but yeah, Neil, I don't think Mike is still in. Ryan letting us know that they're down to 19 at Mad River. That raise, Zach lays it down, and Mr. Archer now getting up above average chip stack. His count is going to be way over, or up over 4 million.
Yeah, and Zach though still at 8.7 million. Huge chip lead at this featured table currently.
There's 86,661,000 chips in play here in Toledo. We had a total of 1,833 entrants. Mad River 1,806. Mad River had 25 multi-baggers. We had 19.
Rudy now looking down at the Nemesis King Jack.
325.
Pumps it up to 325. Nolan picking up a pocket pair. Nick now also making a decision with the suited king-9 in the small blind.
Needs 250 to complete. Similar chip stacks there between those three players. And Nolan's going to make a call with pocket sixes, so we're going to see a flop. And here it comes, King Jack versus sixes.
9-7-3 board. Nolan still in the lead. And a smooth call from Nolan. Heading to the turn. 1.4 million in the pot. And a queen of clubs that does give King Jack a few more outs for Rudy. Picks up a gut shot along with 2 overs.
7.
And he's going to keep the pressure on here. 700,000, taking this pot up over 2 million. Nolan's sixes still in the lead, but he's going to lay it down. And Rudy trying to get that momentum back again that he had earlier. Now getting back up close to 5 million. Dan Moreland, thank you so much for those comments. We greatly appreciate it. We are the reserve. We're very proud of everything that has happened to this point, up close to 3 years now. Third-year anniversary will be on April 26th. And there's been a lot of hard work, a lot of hours. Jim, Marissa, the staff here, our security. And we couldn't be happier to have this tournament now become the biggest poker tournament in the state of Ohio's history.
Yeah, historical for the poker community.
Rube now, ace queen of diamonds. He's in the cutoff. And he's going to raise this up. 375 is the bet.
Nolan now. And Jules is going to, looks like she was reaching for chips and putting them in. She pump faked me out. She's going to get out of the way. We're going to get heads up action now, Vic. 975,000 in the middle. It seems like every pop pre-flop's around $1 million now. And we got a ace 3 king board.
Could be a tough one here for Nolan.
Looks like he's going to lead out and see where he's at. Probably hoping that if he's got jacks, nines, or 8s with this bet, say, go away.
Rube doing a quick assessment of what he's got left there. Needs 400,000 to make the call.
There's already 1.4 million in the pot. Now a call, heading to the turn, 8 of spades.
Doesn't change anything.
Nothing. No. Nada.
Okay.
And now an all-in here from Rube.
That's pretty much going to put Nolan close to all-in. Shows he's only got about 300K left behind.
Blinds are going up next hand. As you hear that in the background.
Price of poker increasing.
We have the advantage. We see the cards. But from sitting in Nolan's spot, I've got to say it's pretty hard the way Rube has been playing on this feature table and playing this hand that it's not that easy to put him on that ace. So if you think maybe he's got the his king out kicked with the queen, I don't know. But he does lay it down, and that's a big pot there for Rube.
There hasn't been a lot of showdowns for Rube so far, where you've gotten a sneak peek at his cards. I definitely think he played that pretty standard. You know, the flush draw came on the turn, just in case there was enough in the pot. You don't want to get greedy. You shove, you take it down.
Nick is Nick Lanzi from Cleveland, and he wanted to do a shout out to his dad and two brothers. Nolan, coming to us from Byron Center, Michigan.
Oh, Nick here picking up ace king suited, big slick. $500K to go.
Blinds now are at 100, 200, 100.
I think that'll be pretty much the new standard right there, $500K.
And he takes that down, and the button moves. You are watching the Reserve Poker Club here in Toledo, Ohio. This is day 2 feature table. We're playing down to 17 players. We are down to 3 tables. When we get down to 17 players, we'll be signing off for tonight, only to be right back here tomorrow at 2:15 as we start day 3 with 32 players, 17 from Toledo and 15 from Mad River Poker Club, our good friends down in Dayton, Ohio. Columbus wants to know when we're going to do this again. That's a very good question.
I think we got to wait for the wizard and Marissa to break that news.
Yep. And I'm not just being a politician when I say that. I truly don't know. Rube now pocket tens, and he's going to raise it up here, make it 500,000 to go. Peppa 5-3 offsuit. Zach in the big blind 9-2 offsuit, and pre-flop raise takes down the blinds.
I think this is the blind level Vic, where you could see us go from just in this 40 minutes 23 to 19. Thought in my head, once it gets here, 100 and 200K.
So chosen one, Tyler, maybe next hand we can get another view of our table on the outside, get an assessment of still who's in play there of these 23 total players. Jules now in the cutoff, picking up ace-10, and she's going to go all in. Peppa sat down around 5 million. He's still close to that. Ace-8 of spades.
Hey, Jules with a plunge here, all in, 3.5 in the cutoff. Now
Zach, Jack-6 of diamonds, no thanks. Rudy, right at about the same stack as Jules, maybe a little more. Ace-6 of hearts, no thank you. And again, pre-flop raise, taking down the blinds, and the button moves.
Yep, the best hand won. Add 400K to your stack. That's just a crazy stat to really think about when these players right here, a lot of them are, you know, the ones that are between 2 and 4.5 million. Basically taking down the blinds, you're getting 400K added to your stack. So this is where, let's see who accidentally runs into a landmine, as we like to say, Vic.
Yeah. Tyler, when you get a chance, take a look at that outside room, maybe after this hand. A couple of shout-outs to that. People want to see if their buddies are still in. On the button, Jack-10 offsuit. Blinds 100, 200, 100. Zach is going to raise this up
This is
and
big
make it
stack
400,000. That's what you do. Big stack poker, absolutely. Take advantage of the big stack and the position. 6-5 offsuit. Matt needs 200,000 to complete, and he does. So we're going to go heads up to this flop.
Well, Matt showed he's called with 5 deuce earlier, and now 6-5. He's not just letting him get a free pass. He's basically saying, if you want to raise, I'll keep coming along. And Zach checking his pair of 10s.
I don't think he'll check it this time.
Probably should. Had to get a little money back, a little rebate.
We'll share with you what our top 10 looks like for the payouts. First place, 270,000. Second place, $167,150. Third place, 105,000. Fourth place, 75,000. Fifth place, 55,000. Sixth place, 44,000. Seventh place, 36,000. Eighth place, 30,000. Ninth place, 25,000. 10th place, 20,000.
Mine was sketchy for sure.
Tell you real quickly what the 23rd place.
Just so you know it's in the range.
Jules will go down at Queen 8 offsuit. Couple of
23rd
easy
place, I
folds
believe,
here.
5,000.
Just can't imagine being in this position. This is the most stressful position of the tournament. When you're this close, you just want an opportunity to play for $250,000. And I'm sure some people will be like, well, don't you think it's a little bit more stressful playing in the top 5? Well, yeah, but at least if you lose, you make at least $65K.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lighter blow. Right now, you made it this far.
Yeah.
You're 5 away from going to the final day. You just want the opportunity.
Bucks, this is not the final table. This is a feature table. Our final table to be tomorrow.
And we got a raise and a call, and on a 6-8-9 board, Archer flopping mid pair. He was the initial raiser. Rob with 2 overs and a gut shot. And Archer's going to put on the pressure, $500,000. Just below a 5th. I'm sorry, I looked at the chip stacks. That's a little bit more than a 5th. That's about a 7th of Rube's stack there. And Rob, though, now picking up much needed pot. They're all much needed at this point, Vic, wouldn't you say?
No, Dan, that's Power Blank. That's the chosen one.
Were you in the zone right there?
He's getting to us. No, he's just, it's a 15-minute delay. He's going to give us what we need. We haven't said it for a while, so we're going to ask you, please, to hit that like button. And also, please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us here at the Reserve. Been doing this live stream now here since September of 2023. Oh, Nolan now all in.
All in degree moment.
Under the gun, ace-king offsuit. Jules gets out of the way.
Everyone's licking their chops, trying to hope for a monster.
Coming around here, we saw Zach earlier with an ace-10. And he's going to fold the ace-jack.
Zach with the Dikembe Mutombo. No. Like,
yeah,
you're not going to get me, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Rube with the pocket kings. Big hand alert, folks. We're about to see fireworks.
Here it comes.
And yeah, 4.9 million in the pot. Only one can win. Like I said, I think this blind level is going to kick off. We're going to go from 23 to 19 before the next one. I might be wrong. Just a prediction. It's not a guarantee. But here's an example. And right now, Pocket Kings in the lead. Needs to fade an ace. And it does. Kings and sevens take it down. Nolan, excellent run, my friend.
Very nice run, Nolan.
23rd place in this tournament.
Nolan playing here from Byron Center, Michigan. You know that area well, Dom. Right?
Vaguely.
All right.
Not right by where I live, but yeah, I do know of it.
Okay.
But yeah, Rube just, like we said earlier, wasn't really getting anything going on, but he was picking up some blinds at key situations, so at least his stack wasn't, plundering. He would steal once in a while, a couple of blinds, lay back in the weeds, never really got a rush, and then you see right here he just wins a big hand, putting himself up now to 6.2 million, getting the cards at the right time, and patience pays off in poker, and what we're watching from Rube is a prime example of that.
Yeah, scripted. It's all.
Sometimes I'm like waiting to see like.
And now Rudy with ace-king offsuit. Blinds at 100, 200, 100. He's in the hijack. 4.2 million in front of him, and he's going to reaching for some raising chips here. Let's see how much.
6.5.
And he makes it 625,000, a little over 3x. Rube now improving his position to over 6 million. Gets out of the way with the 6-7. Quick fold. And a quick fold by the small blind, and now a quick fold here, I think, from Jules in the big blind. Rudy improving to his stack, getting it back up to that average chip stack. There are 86,661 chips in play.
Terrible final table blind wise ever. Nobody had any chips.
So the average, and there is Big Mike. There's Big Mike. That's somebody was asking.
Looks like
about
he's all in.
And it does look like he's all in.
Back to the action at the featured table. Rudy looking down at 7-3 offsuit.
I'm trying to think about calling down like queen high.
Anthony, the tournament tomorrow is at 12 noon. Doors open 11 a.m. That's a $200 buy-in.
One was all in. Or no, I had.
Starting stack tomorrow is 40,000 in that tournament. 25-minute levels. Late entry until the beginning of level 9. And another walk, but we haven't seen a walk here for about an hour, hour and a half, have we, Dom?
No. That is a rarity. And I think you're right on, Vic. I think it's been at least an hour, if not an hour and a half, since we've seen a walk at the table. It's a gift.
Good hand when you shouldn't have. That's when it's embarrassing.
I wonder if that big dude's up. I haven't heard any yelling.
Well, I know, the door's been closed a lot, though.
No, he was out there. I know it's so bad. Yeah, he had a pretty decent stack still last time I
The
seen him.
table with Mark, though.
We need to
Mark, I think,
had me out kicked.
Yeah, he's probably just getting tired.
I mean, things happen quick, so you never know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when it's this level,
Maybe my turn.
21 players now. 3 more players. We go down to 2 tables.
I'm the only puss who gives walks.
4 more players. And Dom and I will be signing off until tomorrow. And now we got heads-up action between Zach and Peppa. Small blind versus big blind, and here comes the flop.
10 queen 5 on the board. Peppa,
yeah,
flopping
Peppa
the best of it.
He's getting the best of this. He's going to check it. Zach, big stack, almost 9 million, makes a bet of 200,000. Peppa makes the call.
Now a 6 of hearts. Gives the check mark to Peppa. As long as he doesn't fold. Zach's going to put on his bluffing shoes. Put on the pressure. And he's going to let it go. Zach with the king high. Picks up a pot. Using his arsenal. Up to 9.3 million. There's the updated standings right there. You can see Rube also shooting up the rankings at 6.2. And everyone else at the tables kind of clumped together. Between 3.5 and 4.6 million. Just 1.1 million separating the other 5 players.
After level 31, I think. But I think we'll be there anyway.
Looks like they're 6-handed out there.
And we see Sky still in seat 1 there at that outer table. He had been at the table here in the main room off to the side. Got moved to balance the table. So to answer your question, Sky is still in. I believe the next payout is $52.50 for 21st place.
Victor, I'm not from Gun Lake. I do know where Gun Lake is, though. I'm actually from Trenton, Michigan. I've been all around the state. Family everywhere. And Zach now.
Now look at Zach in the small blind, just limping in here with the ace-queen. Rudy with the option in the big blind. And he's going to check it, and we're going to go heads up.
Zach mixing it up right now. And we got a 6, 5, jack board, all hearts. Rudy flopping the best of it with bottom pair. 8 of spades on the turn.
Doesn't really change anything here. Does give Rudy a gut shot.
$500,000 in the pot. And now a queen on the river. All those free cards, and it helps out Zach.
All those free cards.
And he's going for max value right here. Just $200K. He's going to call. Show ace queen. And Zach picking up another $500,000. And now he's over 10 million in chips. Oh, I'm sorry, 9.8. Got ahead of myself by $200K.
Almost to 10 million. Somebody was asking earlier who's going to be the first to 10 million. Again, this is our featured table. There still are 2 other tables in the hunt. Dom and I, this is a 15-minute delay, so Dom and I are almost off-site. We're in the back of the building watching this action just as you are. We don't have access to what the other players have, and even if we did, if I walked out there right now, it wouldn't match what we're broadcasting here. So I hope that helps explain things a little bit.
Yep, we're watching it live with you guys, but we are on a 15-minute delay, so you can't really go out there and get chip counts because it might spoil some things. We will be going back and forth with that table, especially we're 2 players or 3 players away.
An update here from Ryan Bean about Mad River says that 16 are left and the time is paused. That means they are going hand for hand.
One tournament I made 3rd place and didn't play a hand.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty, Vic. Rudy now with 10-8, the shimmy. After Nick raised it up to 400K.
You moved Sky?
Matt needs 200 here to complete 10-8 offsuit.
Why? Somebody bust?
But he's going to let it go. And Nick
Somebody bust over there?
staying right at about that average chip stack.
He's all in for the left light. For the light.
He was all in, he threw his jacket in, he was that confident.
It's like I don't even need to see it.
He threw his pants in, everyone would fold. No, keep
4.1 is the average chip stack. The buy-in for this tournament, which started on February 1st, 3 weekends in a row. Flights both here in Toledo and at Mad River. $600 buy-in for a $40,000 starting stack plus a $10 add-on.
Got a couple of hands here, Vic.
And now Jules with ace queen.
Puppet 2 with 4s behind.
And she's going to go all in here. The 4s get folded.
Zach getting out of the way. Looks like with the mystery. Oh,
got a mystery hand, but he's going to get out of the way. And now Rudy with ace 10 offsuit. Rudy, who had been up around 7 or 8 million at one point, trying to be one of the 17 players to go to day 3 tomorrow. And you can see from our graphic up on the right-hand corner, we're down to 19.
Well, we hit 19 in this blind level. Might be even going for more.
And we can hear an all-in at the other table.
And I just saw
so
Archer just kind of
Rube heard that as well. He said, "I just heard that, so I'm getting out of the way." Although he didn't really have a calling hand to begin with. But once we get to 18, we will go down to 2 tables. See if I can get confirmation from Tyler. Are we going to do a redraw?
I don't think we're doing a redraw.
No redraw. Yep.
Yeah, I believe we're going to be breaking...
no redraw, just a balance of the 2 tables.
I believe we're going to be breaking the table right behind us, so that way both tables are in separate rooms. So we'll have one on the main where we'll have the camera on. We'll have both tables, each having a camera on them.
Well, Victor, I'm glad you're having fun out there on your couch. You can imagine the kind of fun that Dom and I have each night that we do these live streams. Sitting here on a stool, sipping cold coffee and Mountain Dew, and eating candy bars.
I did today because I 3:30.
We enjoy this very much, and we're so glad that you join us each and every time for our live streams. Now, Matt Archer, King Queen, on the button.
Yeah, nice hand when everyone folds too. You only got the blinds left. Oh, an ace king suited for Nick. This could possibly be a big hand alert, folks. The button versus the big blind.
All in here.
And Matt just put in about 1/7 of a stack, 3.3 million behind.
No, this one's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice
let's it go. And so now I think those 2 players were pretty equal there going into that hand, but Nick now close to 5 million. The average chip stack 4.1. You see Big Mike there at that table. Sky.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Kristen for tuning in. Kristen, good to see you on the message board. Hope you're enjoying the live stream.
Just so you guys know, if I tell you that.
Used to work with Kristen. She's one of my favorites.
Even though I know you're going to see it later, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to
See tomorrow.
Two black aces.
Chris DePino, truth be told,
my eyes bad, my cataract.
I try to stay away from the cookies and the snacks and sit in here and eat apples and grapes. Blueberries.
Rudy now. Pocket jacks. 4 million in front of him.
Here we go, back to the exit. Thanks, Chris.
Range 1.2.
1.2 million. Pocket jacks. Rube now. King Queen offsuit. On the button. Quick folds there from the small and the big blind. So Rudy improves his position up over an average chip stack.
9 bullets.
9.
We're up over 5,400. Yeah.
Is Zach announcing that he fired 9 bullets?
Is that a true story?
Well, then he's so right now he's making a profit.
I hope he double bagged.
Yeah.
Paid to 17.
How many does that say,
This is
19?
correct.
Yeah, up to 17.
Yeah.
5750.
But it won't go 5750 right to 10K. There will be pay jumps in there.
You were at 2 left, I think.
19th through 17th place, making 5,750.
Everyone would laugh at you at 9.
16th and
I don't know
15th
who they
place,
were, but they were right.
10,000.
There's only 2
To
points,
be
too.
fair, about
It was
7
in
of
two
them.
flights?
about
Rudy
7
looking
of
down
them
at
had
ace
20 or
queen,
less.
getting a rush of cards at the right time when the blinds are big.
At least 6. Because I would get here late and you get on the alternate list and you don't
Yeah.
get in. There was 2
Did
times I
you
just.
work or something and you couldn't get here on time, or you're just so busy sleeping?
Million.
That's a great question.
He's got
Jules.
things to do.
Excellent
First
question.
day I didn't know it.
Work or sleep? Oh,
The other day,
especially with poker players.
Yeah.
and I think last week, a day or 2. 1 or 2 days.
And he takes down the blinds again.
Oh, he's picked up 800K.
No.
Right there in 2 hands, picking up 800,000.
30. I mean, if I had that much money.
We saw him running really, really well
Yeah, you spend it all in
a couple hours ago,
That
up over 7 million. Things were just continued to go his way. A little bit of a slump, but now he's making a comeback. And what a perfect time to do that when we're down to 19 players. As soon as we lose one more, we'll go to 2 tables and we'll be going hand for hand because 17 players will go on to tomorrow's day 3 here in Toledo.
I know your name.
We got news that Mad River was down to hand for hand to get to their 15 players.
Well, it's
And a suited ace-8 for Rudy. I mean, he's had jacks, he's had ace-queen, now he's getting a suited ace-8 of diamonds. And it looks like we're breaking a table.
Breaking a table, we are now down to 18 players.
1 million.
And I like this spot for Rudy. I think all the players are seeing that they're about to go hand for hand. Uh-oh.
Rube now.
I was just
pocket
about to
tens.
say, minus
Yes.
a big pair.
Wow.
Or like ace-king, ace-queen. I think you're going to see a lot of folds. Rudy making it 1 million. And now it kind of sinks in the extra pressure. And look at this, Rube getting rid of pocket tens. Ace queen now for Peppa.
James, would you?
And this is coming from a player who's raised 3 times. Ace queen and tens. And now ace 9. Rudy, as the players see it going for hand,
Yeah.
the table got so tight on
Yes.
that it was like seeing a human being trying to open a glass Coke bottle with just their bare hands.
And there's
Couldn't
one
get the cap off.
Yeah, and there's 1.2 million just in the last 3 hands for Rudy. Like you said, timing in life is everything.
Who's got a bottle opener?
And Tim Yeager, the restart tomorrow is at 2 p.m. But Tim Yeager, if you got President's Day off tomorrow, we've got a 12 noon President's Day tournament, $25,000 prize pool guarantee for $200 buy-in starting at noon.
Hand for hand, 18 players, 2 tables at 19. Here we go. We're going to have cameras. I'm sure Tyler's going to be flashing over to the other one when this one works out, where there's a couple of folds, and we're waiting on the other one to get done. So if you got any family or friends out on the other table, we'll try our best to keep the action on the cards.
What does this guy take a couple laps to make sure he wasn't in
This
the
is when the
blind?
chosen one is going to be put to the test.
Yep.
Rube now with ace-king.
People would do it. I've seen a couple do that. WSOP. Really? Yeah, they're about to come to my table. I should have walked. I called the floor for sure. I'm like,
I should have walked out there.
Looks like
They got
450.
I'm like, watch that guy. He's supposed to be here.
I know, I saw a guy
He like-
stop to talk to his friend instead of coming to the big blind, and I told the dealer said, get your ass over here.
Jules with queen 7.
Oh, Tim Yeager. Well,
Tim doesn't have a day off the whole month, actually.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you that. Now Jim with pocket tens. All in. I think if you're Rube, you have to call us. If you're playing for first place, I mean, you got to win flips like this to get to 270 million.
270,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say million?
Yeah, but it's late.
It's been a long 3 weeks. And then people start talking about Tim on the message board, and I start giggling. We're all in love.
Remember, you get to sleep in tomorrow. Thanks, man. I needed it.
Unnecessary.
I need all the help I can
Party
get.
foul.
Yeah, you got pocket tens and ace king and you full. I am just a little shocked in Rube right now where, you're trying to build up a stack. You've gotten pocket tens in a coin flip situation there where you're ahead. Now ace king against tens, reverse order, and folds both times. That time it cost him 450K. Just, yeah, you see other players at the table with large chip stacks, and going in the day one, I understand you're just trying to get to Monday, but I think you want to try to make a run at first place for that 270K.
He's been pretty quiet. Maybe he fell asleep over there.
Oh my God. I'm doing movie. You taking a nap? I know. Oh my. I put one chip.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked on that one. And don't get me wrong, I get if you just buy into the tournament and the blinds are low, and someone's just you only got like 1,000 in there, and you got 50K in front of you, and someone just jacks it all in, and you got ace king, and you.
Now in the cutoff, Peppa with ace-8 offsuit is going to raise to 450, betting right into Zach on the button with pocket queens, and he is the chip leader here at this table.
Yeah, big action going on here.
Oh, is it?
I thought the super senior was 70.
And I didn't realize that at first, but that's Jim Barlow, all covered up. One of our, without a doubt, one of our regulars here.
Was it 70 at one time?
It was.
Okay.
At least here a couple times a week.
I know it was 65.
I think the first year they did the super seniors, that's what I remember.
Zach 3-betting.
3-betting and shows the queens and takes it down.
And that's a nice pickup for Zach right there.
Yeah.
At first I thought he said, let me make sure I got it.
Trying to knock a player out, hand-for-hand poker. I don't think that was a card reader error, Monkey. I think you are. And there's the outer table right now. It looks like we got an all-in situation. Oh, and we already know who won.
There he is. He's still out there.
Wow.
And it looks like it might be over.
We are down to,
I think that's it. We're down to 17, correct?
I think that means we're down to 17.
Wow. And just like that, folks, we are down to the final 17 going into day 3. Who would have thought we'd be here right now with all the planning? Oh, and this hand's going on
They still have to play this out.
They do have to play the same
They're playing
amount of
hand
hands.
for hand, so they have to play this out. If a player gets knocked out here, then we go down. Then there's 16 that advance from Toledo. But right now, the 17 have been determined. This is why we keep these tables separated and play it all the way out. Zach in the cutoff now, raising to 400,000 with 10-9 offsuit. Rudy now with ace-king of diamonds. Needs 300 to complete in the small blind.
You might just see a shove right here. There's 800K in the middle. He's got 4.8 million. Yep, and there it is.
All in. And we're going to get a I was just kidding from Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are down to the 17 players advancing to tomorrow. Mad River, we believe, is already down to 15 players. You know what we do tomorrow afternoon at 2:15, Dom? Because we do this with all of our milestones.
We're going to pop a cork?
We are going to be popping a cork.
Oh, I can't wait.
And we want you to return tomorrow and join us for that because you're watching history. You're watching the largest poker tournament in the state of Ohio, and it was brought to you by the Reserve Poker Club and Mad River Poker Club. I'm so excited. Dom, take us out.
Guys, it was a monumental day today. Monumental last 3 weeks. We are finally here after all the prep work, talking about it 3-4 months ago that we're going to have this 1 million guarantee. And now day 2, there was enough excitement. Tomorrow, like I said, at 2:15, we are going to be live on YouTube. Vic is going to set the tone early in the day, popping a cork, setting the emotions right, getting us fired up, getting us amped up, ready for some action. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that little bell for notifications. And we'll be back soon. Everyone, take care, and thank you for being on this ride with us.
Please be safe.